Welcome back to A Corporate Time. So we had Sofa and Suds over the weekend.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. That is my favorite event that we do. And yesterday just solidified that. That was the craziest Sofa and Suds we've ever had. But the best one of all time.
Once the weather was going to be good, I knew it was going to be a good day.
It was insane. Yeah, like when we woke up and saw it, and it was like cool in the shade, but pleasant and or hot in the sun, which is perfect.
Yeah.
You know, you just kind of go back and forth. The sun was out, perfect weather, but as far as racing goes, if you've never been to the Sanford Couch Races, which is Sofas and Suds, that was the craziest races I have ever seen. Like almost every race was decent.
Yeah.
There was controversy. There were crashes. What made it, and I didn't tell you about this, Sam, but what made it like, and I wouldn't think that this would make it so exciting, but it actually does, is that the day before it seemed like the Sanford Couch Races, the Sanford Maintenance Department decided to put in hundreds of dollars worth of brand new tropical flowers, like crazy looking flowers, in which all of the couches drove over them, blasting just smashing them. It was awesome, but it made it better.
We destroyed something beautiful.
Well, but like it almost, like, I don't know how to even describe that. It almost like kind of added to it. So I would say that next year we should have more flowers because it gave them something to reckon to. It made it better.
Audi won again.
Oh, they did.
I didn't want to say
there's
that.
no way to.
I don't want to say that. There's no way to beat them.
Yeah, it was. Toughies came close, but
no, they can't. They're just not. They don't take it as serious as Audi. Nobody does. And until there's another, and this was what I said at the end of the day, until there's another car manufacturer or retailer that is willing to throw their hat in the ring to go up against them. If you're a bar going up against an automobile manufacturer. That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but you could copy their exact couch
it's impossible.
And then have a chance. I noticed that with their couch, the reason they win is because they could turn so much more efficiently. And I was watching Audi and Tuffy's, who were the two fastest couches, and the Tuffy's couch, when they turn, they're turning and sliding a little bit. And then the Audi couch turns on a dime.
It grips, yeah.
So, and I think it's those wheels that are sideways in the front. It makes it so they can turn.
Correct.
Like with a tighter circumference.
They have those annoying drift car.
I watched it.
Tilted wheels, and
right.
it just makes for a better pivot.
And with the tilted wheels, you can turn more 180 rather than when the Tuffy's couch, when they were turning, they were kind of turning, which
you lose speed.
Which you lose speed, you lose momentum, and it takes half a second longer to turn. And when you have 4 turns, that's the difference. And then they're a second behind, and that's why Audi is winning. So if someone just copied Audi's exact design, you could beat them because it's not Tuffy's had the more athletic pushers too. I was sizing them up. I was like,
but their couch just couldn't turn. It couldn't.
It's just
turn
about the
right
turning.
way.
Yeah. It's so as soon as someone builds a couch and mimics Audi exactly, then someone could beat them. We had no chance whatsoever.
That's good.
Now our couch was good.
We had
it's just
great
heavy.
Okay,
and
I didn't think you were going to talk about this, but we might as well talk about it. So our couch was beautiful. We had the engineer here on the Friday Free Show. Here on Friday, we talked to the gentleman. Nice guy, really smart.
Yeah.
Our couch looked great.
Yeah, it was built
our
incredible.
Team looked great. They had matching shirts on. Tina, our driver, was only 3/4 blasted to oblivion.
Yeah, but that helped us.
Yeah, it did help her because for whatever reason, she's a better driver when her eyes are closed.
Yeah.
So we had all that going for us. It's just the guys that were pushing our couch they're just not. They're good at pushing heavy things maybe up a ramp because I believe wasn't that what we were told that one of the guys that was pushing was like a sodaman and he pushes sodas
strong.
up. Yeah, they're strong boys, but we need
some
fast
endurance.
boys. We need fast boys.
Well, you get tired out after the 2 turns. Pushing. First of all, our couch is heavy as hell. So when you push, you talk to all the guys that do this, and it is after the second turn you are winded. So it's hard to get past 2 more turns after that once you're winded, you slow down so much, and
Right.
then it's and
then you don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
After you do one, you're like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like our team was good, like 60% for one race. You know, like they go as like they're just not made for that kind of thing. Are there any professions that are similar to this that we could kind of like snipe, and pick? Like, is there any type of profession where you need to run and push something fat? Like, we need those big guys that push the sleds for football, right?
Yeah, but they have short bursts of speed, like because
we need like CrossFit guys or something.
Yeah.
We've tried the CrossFit guys.
Have we?
No, we've never tried them.
I thought. Well, I've seen that they don't. They're not the end all be all.
Well, like again,
they're like pushing tires in parking lots, right?
Those are like MMA guys, though. That's what we see.
We tried to get Seth.
We should have gone with Seth's Muscle Boys.
Yeah,
that would have worked.
And we need to get rid of that couch and basically
that's going to hurt the engineer.
No.
That's his life's work.
I'm saying the actual couch itself. He built the frame.
Right.
I'm saying that
we got to gut
that
the
couch.
next couch.
That couch is too
Make
heavy.
It light.
Okay.
So we just need a lighter couch on the frame.
Couch.
Yes.
Dude, I'm not kidding.
Count?
Well,
yes, it's a couch. Let Mike Smith try to battle me on inflatable couch. Inflatable couch is a couch.
Or some like the cheapest, like lightest IKEA couch for an airplane.
Give 'em that
couches for airplanes. They build them so there's like super light because every ounce counts.
An RV couch.
RV, yeah.
We could get an RV couch.
We need to hack the system because the frame is great. The BDM did a good job with the steering system and the frame.
Oh, it's built
perfect.
really well.
Just we put an old wet leather couch on there that's so heavy.
Yeah.
So we need a lighter couch. And then extreme athletes to push it. And then we need to get like a little person or a tiny girl to steer it so it's as light as possible. And that's the only possible way we could beat out it.
Okay, so here's what we need to do for next year. Sam, I'm counting on you to document this. We need to get a hold of Mike Busey, and we need to rent and acquire one of his little people.
Yes.
Preferably like a girl.
Oh,
No, the girl. We need what's the
Jessie? Wasn't that her name?
Yeah.
Lil Jess?
Little Jess.
Lil Jess. We need Lil Jess. She can be our pilot. And then as far as pushers go, we need
I'm just gonna hire and I'll Seth and
Javier.
3 muscle bros. No, Javier's too.
He's too young.
We need hardcore MMA guys that are training for a fight.
Okay.
And I'll just pay them all, and then we'll beat Audi.
There you go.
Well, what if you pay them all and then you lose?
Well, it'll be dependent on the results.
They have
I'll
to
be
win.
like,
Okay.
you're only getting paid if you win, which also motivate them to win.
Right.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
It's like how attorneys do it. If we lose, you owe nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Although, I don't know if these MMA guys, like if most of them have been in fights, they need a minimum guarantee to fight. None of them are fighting just to get paid if you win.
Let Seth worry about the guarantee.
Yeah. But then I can't trust Seth. That'll even show up.
I forgot. I just remembered something we did. We bet the West End one full Dogecoin, which is like $1,400.
No, I bet him 5,000 Dogecoin.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
One Dogecoin is 27 cents.
27. No, okay. No, we bet him. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I don't deal in the crypto world. Look at this. Look at the way he wings
He
it
knows
around.
everything now.
And then he gives you the cocky, I know that look. Like, hey, I know the price.
I know my stuff.
I know my price. I'm a
Anyway,
21st century digital tongue.
I think Paul waved it off.
No, he didn't. He changed it to another currency, another
Well,
dog currency.
Shiba.
Ah.
That's
$12.
Yeah. That's cheaper. But I'm always nervous because I did make the bet, although I was kind of joking around in the, we're on stage, we're making banter. But I'm so gamble-minded that if I do make a bet, I will pay it. If Paul said,
you have to. You don't
hey,
welch on a bet.
Yeah, hey, we bet that. We shook hands. You owe
He was
me
getting mad. Like
$1,200.
Paul takes it seriously. Paul takes it. All the people down there take it relatively seriously.
Now, technically, this is just, I'm trying to look at loopholes here.
Sure.
He didn't say when I'd have to pay it off.
No.
So technically, I could wait and see if Dogecoin crashes
See how it
and then
shakes
buy
out. That's what I would
5,000.
do.
Wait,
Or in 10 years, it's worth, in upwards of
oh, wait, yeah. Then it could be
$150,000. I don't know what we do at that point. If that becomes like the way everybody's paying in Doge. We don't do any no dollars, nothing. We're just Doge only. And then I'm like, oh man, this is bad. Because technically, Paul from the West End now owns our company.
And at a certain point, I will welch if it's debilitating. You know,
Well,
like
I think you have to look at it at some point and be like, who was there? Who remembers what it was said?
Yeah, because then I'm like, who really
Get it
cares?
in
Like
writing.
Paul will cancel. Like he'll try to attack me. He'll beat me up. But
Oh man, he'll
you'll have
grab
to
you.
find
And
me.
he'll do that move where he grabs you and then throws you on the ground like he does any food truck owner.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Paul will beat me up
He'll
silly.
beat you up
Oh,
so
yeah.
bad because he's leaner now. He's a little faster.
Yeah.
He's faster now.
Strong.
He'll get you and he'll get you good. But it was a
anyway,
good day.
it was good.
To everybody that came out there, thank you so much for coming out to Sofas and Suds. And thank you to the fine people of Sanford. Thank you to all of our sponsors, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, Mo, Secured Roofing.
Yep.
Thank you to the West End and Celery City. Obviously, we work with those guys all the time. Love
Yep.
all those guys. And it was a great day, man.
It was good. And I'm looking forward to doing it again next year. And it's cool to, do an event like that and see everybody get together.
Yeah, man. It was a lot of fun.
It's like, man, it's been a while,
You did see people losing their minds, though. There seems to be a going theme. Sam and I went out to the Improv and saw Ari,
Yeah.
Ari Shafir.
The early show.
At the early show, and people were blacked out.
Yeah.
Like after the feature, before Ari went on stage, you've got people that are just like, their heads are back, and they're like doing that move where you hold the drink between your legs, because if you held it in your hands, you'd fall asleep and pour it on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of that. I saw that a lot of that at Sofa and Suds. People have sort of forgotten.
They're
what
just
it's-
going too hard.
Yeah, they get excited. I think I'm not judging because
Yeah.
I've done it. You get out there and
It
you're
happens.
so happy, and the weather was so good, or like you're going to see Ari, and you're like, I haven't been out to a comedy club, and you're sitting there. That guy behind me, I think he'd had like 25 beers.
The one that was screaming behind my husband after
That was
everything Ari said.
that was a different guy. That was Repeating Man. There's
Yeah,
a new,
he repeated every punchline.
and then he had his own punchlines, which I
Who
kind
does
of
that?
Add on. He would
Okay,
add on.
he was add on man. He had his own catchphrase that he would say. So if Ari Shafir said something like a punchline and everybody laughed, he'd have his own like little things to say. Like, what was the one he would say after every? It was like a
What is
colloquial phrase. Oh no, I remember what it was now. Okay, so Ari would say something. He'd be like,
You're so right. You're so right.
He'd do,
Yeah.
You're so right, or he'd be, well played,
like,
well played.
And it's true. It's true.
It's true, well played, well played. So every joke, if Ari was talking about like Catholics and he's like, they're raping the babies, he'd be like, ow, well played. Everything. And I wanted to turn
Nuts.
around to him and be like, just let him play. He knows it's well played. He's doing this, I don't know, 20 years he's been doing this. He knows how he's playing it.
Yeah.
So we
What
had
is
that. I don't know what it is.
EJ had a little bit of it though.
Yeah.
yeah.
EJ's.
Who is talking out loud?
E-
A
EJ.
lot of people.
Everyone's, that happens every once in a while in here, and
Yep.
I noticed
right
it.
there, right in front of me.
Yeah, even
you
with
would think that
our guests,
my stares of disgust would persuade them.
It's a weird thing too, because like, I don't know, if I'm sitting somewhere, like I would be cognizant of like me talking back, or like, I don't know.
Oh, dude, you're the most polite. You're Tommy. You're Big Tommy. You just sit there quietly.
Tommy.
You take in the show. You laugh. You smile. You enjoy your drink, and you leave. You do nothing wrong. Best comedy guest.
It's
That's
just
you.
if I'm like talking like back to the
No,
comedian, I'll
you
be
would
like,
never do
I don't know, that seems weird. Like who
And
Who
then,
wants that?
And then we had reaction.
Nobody wants
we
that.
had Reaction Man that was doing the well played and show you right and you know it. They had that guy. Then we had Repeat the Punchline guy. This is a new one I've never had before. Repeat the Punchline guy was so drunk, and I'm glad he had a good time. He wasn't disruptive or anything. This is just an observation I saw that I thought was funny. So Ari would say a punchline, let's say he said the punchline was, and then I ended up in Jerusalem, because he did a lot of like Jew humor.
He did
and
a lot of religion,
Yeah, he did a lot of
yeah.
religious stuff. He told these crazy Jewish stories and
Yeah.
talked about being being in the temples and learn. It was really interesting. And this guy would be like, so that's when I ended up in Jerusalem. And then the guy would be like, that's when he ended up in Jerusalem. Then he'd go on a little
They just
longer
don't
and he'd
have-
say something like, stop raping the babies. And the guy, stop raping the babies. And he was every punchline, he was
yeah.
repeating the punchline. And it wasn't like everyone could hear it, but I could hear it.
Does he know he's doing it?
No,
Is
too
it
drunk.
okay, he's just drunk.
He's
and
just drunk.
And he
was having a good time.
He's not even cognizant of it.
It was almost as if his mind had control of his mouth and he didn't know it, and he was just saying what his mind was thinking.
Yes.
So anytime Ari would say something, the punchline enters his brain, registered, and then he would give you a receipt of the punchline. It's odd. It was odd.
Do these people come with spouses?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they
And
don't
the
do anything.
spouses
No,
don't
they
say
don't do
anything.
It's
Why
an
not?
It's generationally, I would say both of these guys, generationally, it was the traditional
The wife doesn't say
anything. Yeah.
for fear that there's going to piss the husband off.
Yeah. That's what it seemed like.
That's why more people need bitch wives. Like
Okay,
I have.
I'm hearing it.
Because my wife wouldn't let me do anything to disturb anybody else. First of all, I wouldn't. But if I was so drunk that I was causing a scene or whatever, believe me, my wife would tell me.
Yeah. Well,
She
my
wouldn't
wife
even
would-
let me get that drunk.
I think my wife would too. Now, here's the difference. My wife would allow me to get that drunk, but she wouldn't be happy. That would not. And
And then that would cause you to shut up. Because
Yes,
you know
yes.
she's mad at you.
I would go 1 to 2 steps further than you would, I think. In that scenario. If you put me in the scenario of repeating Punchline Man,
Yeah.
I go a little bit further than you, but I can't. Yeah, Andrea ain't going to let me do that. I think Crystal would react to you faster because she sees it faster. You know what I mean? Like, she's so aware
Oh, yeah.
that you taking 4 sips too much of a White Claw, she knows you're 4 sips too deep. She knows that.
One tiny slur.
Yeah.
And she's be like, why are you so drunk?
Yeah, Andrea doesn't have
And
that.
then I'm like, oh, you think I better tighten up?
So we are lucky.
Gotta hide it.
We are lucky in that respect. We are lucky.
Are we lucky? I would say that man is lucky because
Well,
he
but
doesn't get yelled
He's
at.
the one making a fool of himself.
What would
At
you
least your
do?
wives.
Has it ever happened? That's a good question. I can't see Travis, your
No.
husband,
if
doing
anything,
that.
it'd be me. Be
I
me
know.
drunk yelling.
I didn't want to say that.
Would
But
he tell
doesn't-
you?
He doesn't really. He tells me afterwards.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So
Oh, he's
y'all-
one of these ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She's like,
I don't mean that
She's like,
disrespectful.
you were
but-
drunk at the show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Oh, my wife.
So would he
tell me.
give you the silent? How would it go down? Okay, you wake up Sunday morning. You were the improv, and you were repeating the punchlines of every joke. Travis how would he handle it?
That's a good question. I've never done anything like that. I don't think where I'm
No.
interrupting someone's show.
No.
Yeah, you're too self-aware.
You're too self-aware to do that.
Yeah.
Butler,
But he
do
would be
it.
like, "Oh, you
Would
got
Butler do it?
blackout drunk last night."
No.
I've had those conversations.
That's stupid. I was trying to fit it there. Butler wouldn't do it either.
No, I don't think
He would just get quiet, I think.
But Butler does chop. He does. But I don't know.
But it's usually not during. It's not a disrespectful chop.
Yeah,
He ain't gonna be disrespectful.
Yeah, he doesn't do. He does a unintentional.
It's usually at a decent time too. It's like when we could allow the chop, he's chopping. But if there's no chops allowed, he ain't pulling his chopping out.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna even
Yeah.
get close to it. So I don't
I don't even know if this guy I don't think he realized.
I think it was
that
a
it
one-off.
was-
To give this man some love, I think it was a one-off, and I think he hadn't been out in a while, and I think he was just
He was a
feeling
huge
it.
fan, you could tell.
Yeah, he was a huge fan.
But he had a good. Everybody had a
Yeah,
good time.
everybody had a great time.
I didn't
Thanks
see
to
anybody walk out.
No,
At least
no.
that show, but I think maybe at another one someone did
lo-
or stood up and yelled or something.
Love
But you said
to-
he wasn't even like pushing the limits even that much.
Yeah,
right?
like here's what I would say about that show. It had a lot of really good historical and interesting information in it. Like sitting there taking in that show, I was actually learning things. Like his set had a lot of like kind of like he walked you through what it would be like if you went to school to become a rabbi. It was very interesting. Like it was good. I enjoyed it a lot. And Sam, you liked it too, right?
Yeah, loved
Yeah.
it.
I think top to bottom, it was a really solid set. And everybody on there. Oh, that kid,
Dude,
Captain.
Everybody at that show was funny.
Captain was there. That kid, he's like 17.
17. He
and
does stand up.
His name is Captain. We got to get him in
Captain
here.
Wright, yeah.
He's great.
He started at 15.
He,
That's nuts.
I remember seeing him. I've seen him like 3 or 4 times, and every time I see him, I'm like, hey, it's that kid, and he's good. And then
He is good.
Ken
His name's
Miller was
Captain, right?
Yeah.
it's
W-R-I-G-H-T.
and it's really his name.
Like
He's
his first name is Captain.
correct. He's funny too. He's a funny kid. Ken Miller was out there, and I think Ken came to kind of see Captain set, and then the guy that was the feature.
Steve Simone, yeah.
Steve Simone had lived in L.A., I think, 20, 25 years, and he just moved to Polk County.
Yeah.
During COVID, and he's like, I don't know why I waited this long to move to Polk County. He's like, this is the greatest place I've ever been. He fell in love. He met a woman in Polk County, fell in love, I think he bought a house.
Yeah.
And the dude's like, this is my dream come true. I'm getting fat.
Hold
I have
on.
this wife now. I love it.
Nobody has ever said Polk County is the greatest place they've ever seen.
Well, Steve did.
Nobody.
He loves it.
Yeah,
Even-
he's happy to be there.
He loves the we're open baby
Yeah,
scenario.
he's happy to
I
be
mean,
here.
that's
he's
different.
He's a grateful Steve.
Yeah, I mean, well, I can show you a lot of places in Florida that were open, baby. That are other than Polk County. I'm just saying, even people that live in Polk County, I'm pretty sure, are not like this is the greatest place ever, right? What's in Polk
Well, the
County?
Twitch chat room are agreeing with you that they live in Polk County and nobody wants to live here.
It's like Deltona, really,
Well, Sam and I are going to work on getting Steve in here because now he's a local. I mean,
Right.
we could go to him or he can come here, and he killed an amazing
And he's
set.
clean.
Yeah, that guy's super funny. He makes great facial expression. I love his energy.
Yeah.
And he's a little guy, so I root for little guys. But yeah, he's great. We're gonna get him in here because I want him to show you the difference between living in LA for like 20 years and then like when the amount of genuine excitement on his face and happiness of performing at the Improv in Florida.
Yeah.
Like it looked like his head was gonna explode, right? Like he was so happy. He was like having the best time.
I mean, you might as well go to two different planets. You're talking
Right.
about L.A. and Polk County, So there's an extreme difference. I'm just saying, I mean, is Polk County? What's there? Just a bunch of houses
According to
and
the
Walmart.
Twitch chat, methamphathing and Hooters.
Oh, wait a minute.
know.
One of those I like. Don't put them together. I like Hooters a lot.
It's
Tom likes meth.
there's just, a little bit of
A
it.
little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of
Microdose.
But it's
I like
like
curly fries. Oh, salt and pepper curly fries.
there's certain places in Florida that have like Mount Dora. Like I like going to Mount Dora. There's like these little shops and restaurants and the
My wife
cute little
likes
town.
that. You know
or
what?
whatever.
This is a hot take. Is this Hot Take Monday?
Yes.
And then
I
Sanford,
don't
you got
like
downtown.
I'm not a Mount Dora man. I'm not. I get all these people there. You got to go down to Mount Dora. You got to sit in that. You got to sit in that park bench with the. There's like some old man or something playing a trumpet or something. Like, they always have some bronze statue of like a
Sure.
man.
Yeah.
And then you go to, like people say, you got to go to Goblin Market and get the French onion soup. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to a place called Goblin Market. I'm not
It's
going there.
it's a nice
gonna
little
do
place to walk through and a quaint little town. But I'm just
Cute
saying,
and quaint.
it's better than Polk County or like
I'd have to try
Deltona.
both.
or
I'd
whatever.
have to try both to give you a full review.
I'll just 100%. I mean, because what's there? Like every place has to have a place to go see, right? Or something to it, right?
Most people in the chat room saying Mount Dora is overrated. I agree. Everybody's like,
Yeah,
you
maybe-
gotta go to Mount Dora to get a fine piece of bread.
It may
Get
be
out of here.
overrated, but there's something to go do, and there's like a thing to it, right? If there's a place
Legoland.
I've never been.
Me
But-
either.
I don't attribute that to Polk County. I contribute that to the Legoland Corporation that built in cheap land. It's like not really.
Really cheap land.
Yeah, it has.
Really cheap land.
So it's nothing to do with Polk County itself. Anyway,
We got to take a break. We'll be back with more A Corporate Time right after this.
welcome back to A Corporate Time. So on the line with us right now.
I love this guy. Look at the beanie he's got on. You need to get you one of those.
From thehumidor.com, Chris Gwaltney's here. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing outstanding, man. Really good now that the Braves won the World Series, man. The drought is over.
Yeah, what's funny is I'm the new baseball guy on the show. No, but there's no other baseball person on the show. And I watched with my wife, and man, we had a good time watching that. It was super fun. It got a little sketchy there, for a minute for me, as a new fan. And did it shake out the way you wanted to entirely?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It would have been great for them to close it out in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I think going back to Houston and doing the way they did was pretty awesome. I'm really glad now looking back that they didn't win it last year. I know people say you're crazy, but I think the fact if they'd have won it last year, I don't think the hype, the excitement would have been as much because it was such a closed environment. You're playing in a sterile environment, and these games were absolutely crazy. Atlanta, Houston, I mean, the fans were into it. Two great crowds. And I think when you saw the reception they got when they came back to Atlanta with the parade and all of I mean, it was long time coming, man. It was, I tell you what, you want to unify a city, win a championship like that. And it was a party.
Here's how I knew.
I heard they closed schools for it.
Really?
Yeah. Here's how I knew it was a massive deal. So, Andrea, I think she had a feed from like some Orlando or some Atlanta channel, and on the screen are like two of the most iconic hip hop personalities you would ever. It was Killer Mike interviewing Big Boy of Outkast, and they were talking about the city of Atlanta and what winning the World Series means, and it was. I'm like, my God, this is a big deal. You know, like it was crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, they were throwing together impromptu concerts. I mean, I think Ludacris just showed up downtown and they kind of threw together a concert.
Yeah, it's like, I'm here, let's do it.
They were going nuts. It was great. I thought the series was awesome. The games were, and I think you guys asked me to predict. I think I predicted the Braves in 6 that they would take it back to Houston. I think I got the games a little off about when they were going to win.
You were close, yeah.
And I remember saying that Max Fried would have his Steve Avery shut down the team moment. I thought it would be in the game 2, but he just waited until everything was on the line to do it, which I thought was amazing the way he pitched. I mean, a guy who kind of struggled in the NLCS, he had a chance in the NLCS to show the world what he is. He's a guy that can go the distance. Which you don't see that much anymore. You don't see guys pitch 9 innings. He threw several complete game shutouts this year. It's just something that you don't see in the modern pitching era. It's like, give me 4 or 5 innings and let's go, you know.
Yeah.
And we'll get the bullpen. And for him to come out and do that, he could have went the distance. I kind of hoped he would, but I thought it was great. I mean, they brought in you can't second guess the Atlanta Braves manager. I mean, Snitker, absolutely every decision he made seemed to work. It just all worked out for him. The way he managed the bullpen games, when he pulled pitchers, when he put guys in, I mean, it was unbelievable. And if you're a long-suffering Braves fan, you'll understand that these things never go our way. It's like we always leave a pitcher in too long, or we have a closer. You know, I can still see Jim Leyritz hitting that home run, and we would have been up 3-1 on the Yankees. I mean, there's so many pitches and moments in baseball that I can think that went the other way for the Braves. The reason why we won so many pennants and only one World Series when we had that amazing run. So for us to be on the top end of masterful pitching and great defense, and then guys coming through in the clutch, your NLCS MVP and your World Series MVP are 2 guys you picked up at the trade deadline.
Right, yeah.
And you have to remember, too, now, a team that most all other Major League Baseball teams at the trade deadline, you're several games under 500, or at the All-Star break, you're several games under 500. You're getting closer to trade line. You've lost your ace, probably the best player, arguably the best player in baseball, in Ronald Acuna. Obviously, when you talk 5-tool players, he's the guy. And he's gone. So you know what? You say, we're just going to scrap it. We're not going to spend a bunch of money here at the deadline. We'll worry about next year, go into spring training, and we'll call it a day. But for them, kudos to the management in Atlanta. They said, you know what? We're going to make a run at this. I think we got a really good young core. And every guy they picked up, Peterson, all those guys, they all had a huge impact.
They showed out for sure, yeah.
And so it was really cool to see, man. I mean, I think a lot of people
that's the stuff I don't understand, though, Chris. Just so you know, like that's the stuff as like a new guy watching baseball. Like and I was having Andrea's mom of all people, and Andrea explained to me like, well, they picked up this guy, or this guy only signed for this year. Like Jock, Jock's he's gone, right? And Freeman re-signed. He'll be there, right?
Yeah, Freeman is obviously a free agent,
right?
But I don't see Atlanta's not going to let Freddie out of Atlanta. He means too much to. Not just he's a great player.
And he's Chipper's buddy, right? I wouldn't imagine he would. I would imagine he'd want to kind of do the same thing that Chipper Jones did, right?
Yeah, he is all Atlanta. Everybody loves him in that city. He's the glue that hold that whole thing together. When we transition from the post Chipper era, and we talk about Chipper. Chipper was a rookie when they won that World Series, and Chipper was the guy. And Freddie's just been that consistent player that the Braves need through the good and the bad. As Freddie's always been there, and he's a great player. He's still got a lot of good years left. No way Atlanta lets him get away. He's the kind of heart and soul of that team. I think they'll probably. I'd like to see him re-sign as many of those guys as they can. But you got to remember, coming back next year, they're going to get Acuna back. They're going to get Samoka back, who was, obviously their ace pitcher. If not, so you're going to have Samoka. I mean, you got Ian Anderson, who just absolutely came in and showed out in the game in the World Series, the way he pitched.
Sure.
You've got they're just going to be loaded. But I would like to see Soler. A lot of people are like, where are you gonna put all these guys? Where's Soler? Where's Rosario gonna play? But if I'm not a huge fan of designated hitter, but if it happens, I would not be sad having Soler be my DH. Then Atlanta could have their big Poppy for the next foreseeable future.
Yeah, there you go.
He is so clutch, man. The guy is just so clutch. When the moments are biggest, I mean, that's what you want. You want that guy in big moments to put the bat on the ball, and he did.
Yeah, he did for sure.
Absolutely did.
Yes, Tom.
I wonder how much more enjoyable it is to win a series at home as opposed to away.
See, I've always looked at it differently. I'm inherently a negative person.
Oh.
And there is something to be said about going to the other team's home and then finishing it out kind of like, hey, take one of these with you. We're the best, and we're doing it right here. I am taking a major deuce on your field, and I'm out of here with the championship ring.
Well,
bye-bye.
It would be interesting to talk to a person that has done both, has won a series at home and away, and talk about how much more enjoyable the experience was.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because think about it, in sports that have series finals, I feel like winning a series final, the ultimate would be winning a series final in the last game at home, right? Because it's the last game of the series, and you're playing at home, you win. That's got to probably be the ultimate. But then, how much better is that than winning away? You know what I'm saying? Like when you win away, you're still happy, and you have the revenge.
They don't care, or some guys logical about it. I could see you being like, I don't care, we won it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
If you were baseball Tom, I could see you playing for your team. You're playing for the Orlando Cubs, of course, and you guys, you're playing whomever. And you wouldn't matter to you, or would it? Would it matter to you?
I would feel that there has to be a percentage better for the crowd to be going crazy while you're celebrating rather than the crowd being quiet because they're stunned and upset, right? Having the crowd be screaming with you has to make the experience a percentage better. That's all I'm saying. So I wonder what that is. You'd have to talk to someone and be like, oh yeah, with the crowd and the excitement, the energy was way better, and the memory was better when we were at home and won rather than away. Because you're going crazy with the teammates, and then the whole crowd is silent, and then some away, you got the traveler, they're going crazy, but it's it got to be a little. I mean, a percentage different. I would put 20%, 20% better winning at home.
Could be higher.
I think the one positive of being on the road you could look at is that I think the players, because they're not going to be so pressured to immediately go out and celebrate with the whole town, because you've got the tight group, you've got the locker room, so the players kind of get to celebrate amongst themselves for the first part of it. The people that were the closest, the tight knit part of the organization, they kind of get to party in private a little bit, on the road. And then they come home a couple of days later, and then they get to party with everybody else. So it's not so much pressure as to have all these folks coming on the field and kind of be a part of it. They kind of get to celebrate it. The ones who played and were responsible, the key members of the organization, and so they get to kind of celebrate as a team first, and then get to go home. But I see what you're saying. If you ask them, it would definitely, the atmosphere would be much better at home. I mean, the place would be going crazy. But I do like those cutaway shots when they're in Houston, and then the cameras go back to Atlanta, and you've got people packed into the baseball in Truist Park.
Yeah.
You have people at the Battery. You have all these watch parties.
They're
and all
losing
these
their minds.
Tens of thousands of people just standing outside screaming and yelling. So I do like those cutaway shots when they go back and show that. So I think I'm with you. I think ultimately it's probably best for the drama and for it to happen at home. But I think for the players, I think the one positive is I think they kind of get to celebrate amongst themselves first. Kind of a private party, and then they get to come home and celebrate with the city.
That's true. You might get a longer party if you're away.
Yeah.
Because you get the private party, the travel home, prepared for the parade. You have all that, right? You're probably doing some TV, doing some media during that time, I would imagine. So that might be. I guess it really would. But if you're talking about for the actual person to like the Braves fan, Mr. Braves fan, it's got to be there. Yeah, home.
Just because, it's always better when you're on field doing the whole group celebrating, and then the whole crowd is going crazy.
I will tell you a story. I will tell you a story of one that went horribly wrong, and I don't know if you. I don't think you were at this before Orlando City was an actual MLS franchise. They had won some sort of cup. I forget what it was, but it may have been like a tournament around here, and there's a team down the road called the Rowdies in Tampa. They're a soccer team, and they're in a different division. They're an under-division team. But we always hated them, and they always hated us. And when we were playing around the same level, there was nothing more heated as far as rivalry than Orlando City Lions versus the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah.
So we go over there to Tampa to see Orlando City take on Tampa. I believe it was like an exhibition game, but they had decided to present them with the trophy for whatever they won at that particular scheduled event, right?
Yeah.
It did not go well because everybody's yelling and they're booing as they're fighting, and then they were throwing stuff at each other. Then there were fights. It was horrible. It was
poor planning.
It was very poor planning. It was
present them the trophy in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, and there were people
everybody's happy about it.
There people were yelling. I remember I got yelled at because I was yelling for Orlando City, but they had instructed the security guards, for some reason to, be a little more, I guess, tell the Orlando City guys to hush, kind of a deal. And them guys yelling at me. It was weird, man. It was really weird. So, I'm going to go with what you said. Home, always better. Just go home.
Chris, speaking about winning a championship, because, it's been made famous at Sports Stars, and we've talked about this before, but smoke cigars after they win, it's to celebrate.
There was a headline this morning about Alabama. They're like, hold those cigars, boys. I think that's what it said. It's like...
So is there the champagne of cigars? And I'll explain. Champagne...
Well, I think that's Miller Genuine Draft. The champagne of cigars.
Champagne has been used for a celebratory drink forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the official alcohol for a celebration.
Yeah.
I would feel like it's that's what you spray, that's what you drink. We've all adopted it as
at your wedding.
Yeah, it's all right, champagne. Is there something like that with cigars? Where
you have to reach an optimum level. You can't be no White Owls, all that garbage. You got to have this or nothing.
Or you smoke this type of cigar for celebration, or nothing.
I don't really think there's one particular cigar I think it just depends on the preference. I mean, and who the manufacturer is that's friends with somebody in the club to get them some boxes of cigars. But it's obviously going to be something premium, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, you saw in Tampa when they won, you had Davidoff, you had Padrones, always a popular one. The local manufacturer, J.C. Newman, had Diamond Crowns that were donated for celebratory cigars. So you'll see multiple cigars used. But yeah, there were a lot of cigars smoked in that Braves victory. You can see the guys with it. So it's always funny to watch the guys. It's funny for the guys who don't normally smoke cigars, but you kind of have to because everybody's doing it. To hear those guys talk the next day, their throats all shot out. They've just been railing on probably some really super strong Padron, 1926 cigar.
They don't know what they're doing.
You hear them. When you hear them give a speech at the parade and you can't hardly hear them, they're hoarse. It's probably not from shouting and yelling. It's probably from smoking too many cigars and they weren't used to it.
You know what? That's interesting too, because it makes sense. If there's a super expensive cigar, I feel like it's a waste to give it to someone who doesn't smoke cigars because they won't appreciate it.
No, they did this to me at the Monte Cristo Club here in the old Amway, the one that was under the thing. They took me in there and they gave me some cigar that was like super expensive, and I'm like like a baby, and I put it out. I'm like rubbing it to put it out. They're like, "What are you doing? You're an idiot."
If you don't like appreciate or have any sort of like palate for like cigars, I don't give that person a super nice cigar. Right?
Give them a.
You're wasting it.
Is there a? I'm not gonna get clowned, but I don't deserve the good stuff yet cigar brand that is like right in the middle, where it'd be like, this isn't gonna get you clowned, but hey, I'm not giving you the good stuff yet. This is decent. What would be?
I think when it comes to celebrating a World Series or a Super Bowl, I don't think they get a pass. You get a pass.
Okay.
If you don't smoke cigars, we're going to give you the best cigar out of the box. If you don't like it, do whatever you want to with it. I mean, it's, they're spraying expensive champagne all over the place. So, you get a pass on it. Now, like in your situation, that's a big faux pas. You don't want to do that. Somebody hands you a really expensive cigar, whether you like it or not, you just got to get through it, man. You don't want to smash that thing out in the ashtray.
I had to go up. They're like, the game's starting. I'm like, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Put it in my pocket? I don't know. I don't know what to do.
They also they should make a faux champagne for.
It's just water with bubbles in it.
It's
just liquid death,
or something. Something that sprays, but it's like the not wasted.
Well, like
right?
the old seltzer bottle that clowns used to spray people in the face, right?
It's just like
seltzer. The old seltzer bottle trick.
Is that like a thing? Like they shake it off,
If you're gonna waste it, why waste the real stuff? Like
they usually have like Dom. They don't have mums. You know what I mean? Like they have like a decent bottle of actual champagne instead. Like I'd rather you spray the Andre around.
Or just have, because now here's the thing, the expensive champagne brand wants to be there because it's like good marketing for them. So it should
be fake bottles.
But just send them a bunch of bottles with the branding, but with fake champagne inside. Because it's just going to get sprayed.
Oh, you know what you could do? You could paint the tip where the cork is red, like a toy gun, to let people know that those are the fake champagnes.
So, Chris,
I think you have to realize they obviously have on a different budget than you and I.
I know.
Right.
We're trying to make something practical, and people who there's no limit to what they can buy. So let's.
So, Chris, what's your advice? Because we're getting into holiday season. We do this with you every year. You have an uncle, a friend, your aunt, or someone in your family that enjoys cigars, and you're like, okay, I know they like cigars.
How did you know my aunt likes cigars? That's weird.
What should I buy them off the humidor that's a perfect gift? Because I feel like they probably have enough cutters, they have enough torches, and the go-tos, like, what's a good...
You don't want them to get, another cutter. God.
If you enjoy cigars, most likely you have a bunch of cutters that you like.
You know what I think is cool? Ashtray. I think a nice... like a premium, like something that looks nice, maybe with like a name engraved on it, right? Something like that.
I would say it's funny. We just did a YouTube video. I don't know if it's dropped yet, but I know we filmed it a couple of weeks ago, and it talks just about what's the best gift to give someone. And my best gift is just get them cigars. I look at it like golf. We've talked about it. Golf. People have someone's playing golf and they see some goofy little thing that's golf themed and they buy it for them and they never use it. The best thing you could get a golfer is golf balls or a round of golf. Well, the best thing you get a cigar smoker is cigars. And I can tell you, I don't know any cigar smoker. I know I don't do this, and any really cigar smoker is never going to turn their nose up at a gift of a free cigar, right? So we have cigars, obviously.
What about like a cigar magnet?
We have gift sets.
What about like a cigar magnet or like a small figurine of a dog smoking a cigar? No, I'm joking. That's the garbage you want to avoid, right?
Yeah, you want to stay away from those sort of things. Just what does a cigar smoker want? They want cigars, right? So cigars, a gift card to a cigar site. We have gift cards for humidor.com. If you're not sure what they want to get, or you don't want to take a chance on get them, picking the cigar out for them. But just cigars, man. I mean, that's because
good
look,
advice.
if I'm gonna say if somebody you give if you're, I mean, obviously I'm in the cigar business, so people know I smoke cigars. But if you're a person that smokes cigars, and someone gives you a gift, gives you a box of cigars or a 5-pack of cigars or a set of cigars, that's a personal gift, man. I mean, that somebody looked at something that interests you and got you something that you're going to enjoy. And I just think that's the way to go. I mean, like I said, there's not any cigar smoker out there that's going to turn their nose up at any cigar that they get, because you put some thought into it, So.
I love it.
And if you buy a cigar off thehumidor.com, use our promo code Tom and Dan, you save 20% off your purchase,
which is a lot of money.
Yeah. And like Chris said, just get a gift card. That's the easiest thing.
Yeah. And because you're getting some percentage off, you can get a better gift.
Yes.
That's what I always say. Don't cheap out. Don't be like, 20% off. I'll go really cheap. No. What that means is you can go 20% better on the gift because we're taking some money off. It's like when somebody comps your meal, you should actually tip
higher.
Yeah. I tip the price of the meal. It's just a nice thing to do. But hey, man, always a pleasure seeing you and talking to you. And we'll see you again next month.
Also, maybe we'll talk some soccer, man. U.S. men's national team, 3 in a row against Mexico. A Dos a Cero. How could that game not be Dos a Cero the other night, right? They had to score that second goal.
And that's something that hasn't happened. I mean, like, that was a kind of hey, are we going to be able to sweat this until we go, or are we going to be able to lean back a little bit and be like, okay, I think we've got it dialed in? I think they might have it dialed in, man. That was a good match.
I'm telling you what, this team is good. Anything they do in this World Cup is going to be a bonus. But I'm telling you, this team is poised for the next World Cup, especially as young as this roster is. They can make a legitimate run at winning a World Cup.
I got goosebumps. It's weird to have a young U.S. men's national team. I thought they were going to.
And they're good.
I thought they were going to pull old rapping, what's his name, from Seattle Sounders. Remember? What was that guy's name?
Yeah.
Old rapper. I forget his name. I thought they would drag his old butt out there, get a Tony Molino or somebody out there, some old guy playing in the 80s. Hey, man.
No, they're loaded, man. They've got great ball strikers, great defenders, 2 amazing guys that can play in goal. So they've got some issues to try to who do we put out there? They've got an abundance of talent. It's pretty exciting. So anyway, maybe we'll talk soccer next time.
I love it, man.
100%.
Have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
All right, man. You'll have a good one.
All right, Chris. Be good. That is Chris Gwaltney, live from, I don't know if he's at his house or where is he at? Cabin in the woods?
Yeah. Bye-bye. Welcome to your BDM show of the week. We got a chatting with the masters, with the Supervillains.
Indeed. Yeah. Hard to nail these guys down.
And here in studio, Scart and Dom are here. Yeah. How you guys doing?
Oh, man. Today's a busy day today.
Give me the rundown, because this is the first time I've ever seen you come in with your. This is like a move that I would expect from like.
It's my Orlando Magic notebook. Do you like
still,
that?
no, I like that. I do like that because that was probably gifted to you.
It's leather bound.
Is it a freebie, or did you buy that?
No, I got this from a
gift pack.
Okay, yeah, but he had his phone on his planner when he walked in, and I'm like, hold on a second, something's
today's
wrong.
a busy day in Supervillains.
But I'm not used to you being. Normally, you would look at us. And you'd be like, I got my iPad or something. Oh, look at you, nerd. Fuck you, nerd.
I'm still stoned to the bejesus.
Okay, good, good.
Let's be
You're
real.
stoned to the bejesus?
Yeah, well,
Hold on.
You think we were smoking cigarettes outside, bud?
Well, no. I don't.
You guys are high? Yeah. I can't believe it.
Always high?
Hey, man, I got a card for it. Doctor said I needed it.
Always, unless
I got it.
on a long trip.
Yeah, we all got them, but
But so
I can't do it in the
you
morning.
got, if you all got it, then what you need in here is a dab rig.
Yeah.
Well,
it's legal now,
takes
bro.
up too much space.
Dude.
Too much.
There's things
I
that
also
you
feel
can
weird
sit there
about
and you can hit the
using a
like
blowtorch.
sit there and blowtorch it,
Yeah.
and then pass it to Tom, and he like tries to go hit it. You go,
too
no.
excessive.
10, 9, 8.
I don't know.
No, full seconds.
It
Full
would literally
seconds.
kill
1.
Tom.
I just like to eat it. I don't
pussy.
fish. Because
What do you like, a pony?
I'm always like, why do we have to melt it and then inhale it? I don't know
like
why.
the blowtorch.
Too much process.
I'm anti-blowtorch
What are you
because
talking about? You can get really stoned and then creme brulee. Right
no, but
after.
I'm okay with creme brulee and I'm okay with blowtorch. It's just it's so excessive. I want something I
very
can do in my car.
crackheadish.
I want something I can do.
It's too druggy.
It's too much.
It's like lighting fireworks, really. Like
my mom walked
in my face or what?
My mom walks in the house and I'm sitting there with a glass thing and a blowtorch. She's like, No.
Right.
Yeah, it's
right.
like you are doing you're heating up shit off a tinfoil.
You know what? That's
you're inhaling the
that
smoke.
is
looks
the
like real
smartest-
trees for sure.
That
yeah.
is the smartest thing the Scart's ever said, because he's absolutely correct. My mother, God rest her soul, was pro, when she passed away, was pro medical marijuana and knew I would toot it, and I toot it in front of her, and she'd be like totally okay, like no big deal, right? But if she saw me with the blowtorch doing exactly the same thing,
glass of
purely
the,
legal, with my, I'm doing dabs that I bought from True Leaf or whatever,
Daniel,
she
I
would
raised
start
you better
crying.
than
No,
that.
she cried.
Yeah.
She would cry.
And all-
She'd start saying a prayer.
Here's the
She'd
thing.
cry.
I don't even blame weed. I blame goddamn heroin for that
what I'm saying.
because it was a drug you had to melt or crack or whether you get a superheated
Yeah.
to smoke it. It's like anytime you have to superheat anything,
But why
it's
do
just too close to
Why
a
do you
bad
have
drug.
to superheat the wax?
You don't superheat it because you're not burning
You
it.
vaporize
You're
it.
vapor-
vaporizing it. You're not combusting it. So
Okay.
it's better
That's
for
why
your
it's
lungs.
good for your lungs.
Yeah, it's good for
Does
your
it have
lungs.
to be
Yeah,
a
yeah,
blowtorch, or can it be a mini?
Dr.
Can we
Scott.
do nanotorches? Can we get nanotorch technology?
You can, but it takes forever. Why you want to wait so long?
I just, the blowtorches, that's the hardest part for me.
Ah, you get one of those creme brulee
Get your friend to
styles,
hold
man.
it.
Yeah, get
Get Tom to hold it.
get Tom or
All
Dan.
right.
and
Well, hey,
whatever his
welcome
name
to the
is.
show. We're glad you guys are here.
So this
Don't do dabs.
No, we're pro dabs. It's just not in front
Matter
of
of
your
fact,
mom.
drop all your dabs off here today, man. They're unsafe.
Here's what I'm curious about because, and this is kind of what I want to ask you guys about. Being a band for so long is basically like being a small business in my mind, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, yeah, you're a small
you
business.
think we're
and-
just like putting this together
for
with
fun.
gum
No, I
and
know.
twigs?
Well, I know.
Come on,
Well,
bud.
a lot of people don't think about it like
See,
that, though.
he's
Come
That's-
on, Dom. Daddy's got to eat.
He's
I-
on the pure business side of things in here. So I think to kind of help his point a little bit, I think he looks at you guys like you have to start with the love or the passion for the music. You have to start there.
Right.
If you don't start there,
Well,
then
also, like, how old were you guys when you started the band?
yes.
yeah, that's what.
Like,
17.
Right. So, like,
So this
Yeah.
has
high
been,
school kids.
You guys are babies.
and what's interesting,
We're in our 40s.
and I'm not sure about
Scar
the.
is. I'm still 29.
There you go.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, if you're 39, you're still not 40.
No, I said 29, bud.
Yeah, 29 works too.
I don't know
I'm 45 and I feel 45.
I don't know how he does it.
I'm like a vampire, bro. Just, whatever.
I don't know the stats behind it, but I'm sure it's extremely rare to be in a band as long as you guys have and run it successfully and make a living off of it successfully as long as you guys have. I just think that's a rarity in the world, right?
It is, yeah.
For any small business to last that long, especially in the entertainment business, especially in a band. And most people don't think about it like that. They see a band that they like and they see the shows and they see the fun on the stage and they see that part of it, but
Sure.
no one sees the small business part of it and the fact of like you have to run it like a small
God.
business. And to
Dealing
have
with club
longevity is hard as hell.
Dealing
right?
with venue owners, dealing with club owners,
touring,
oh
yeah.
my
You know,
This
god.
is so
When-
great. You guys keep going, man. No, because you know what? You guys get to see us smiling and happy all the time. Y'all
Yeah,
don't.
you
no
guys
one.
weren't there for COVID and lockdown and like
Dom,
12
hold on,
months of no income. And
Dom,
getting
I
your
barely
bus
see you
repo.
smiling happy. So, all right.
Anyways, you guys see us in here, but yeah.
We're
Let
gonna
me tell you what.
But we see you on stage and we see you playing
Yeah,
and everybody
and
sees
that's
that
a
part of it.
blast.
And
That
then
is so much fun.
As
That's
soon as we get out of here, we're gonna go walk in the traffic.
yeah, seriously.
But so let's start from the beginning because that's kind of what we do is starting chatting with the masters. So you started when you were 17 and you probably started like all bands do where you're young kids, you want to play ska, punk rock,
Well,
you
did
want
it
to
start
be
that
rock
way?
stars.
It started with us just playing like jamming music, and I think that eventually Scart's musical influences kind of rubbed off on me, and we started like kind of loving Sublime and loving No Effects and loving Operation Ivy and things like that. And I know
Yeah.
you guys know that stuff. So
Yeah. I grew up listening to
and
that,
all
yeah.
of that. If you kind of were stitching that together, I can hear that.
Right,
You
and
know,
that's
that-
and from there, that's when we kind of started getting our identity, and we never really stuck with one identity. We kind of just started doing a bunch of shit. Like,
And this
It's
was
like
in,
it's like Fishbone. How do you classify Fishbone?
I mean, they're a ska band, yeah, but they're a funk band, and they're a
And-
punk
and they're
band,
this
and they're a
band,
rock
or that
band.
band.
And,
yeah,
you know
they
what I
were
mean?
Fishbone, and like for me at the time, the Red Hot Chili Peppers led to Fishbone. For some, they mentioned them like in a song, and I'm like, well, I don't know who Fishbone is. I have to look up
Right.
Fishbone. So I look up Fishbone, and then once I got to Fishbone, I was like, wow, this is weird, because here are guys that like are a little punk, and then they have elements of metal. Like that guy's playing metal,
Dude.
And then this guy, and then I'd be like, but wait a minute, Angelo is like straight up doing like a lounge kind of a deal, and he's just cranking out the saxophone. I was like, these guys are weird, and then I started gravitating to that.
That's my all-time favorite band to
Oh,
tour
cool.
with. Like we've toured those guys, we know those guys, and like knowing them like outside of school is really cool because you can see like Angelo is just absolutely crazy.
Is he He's crazy.
We saw him run down the train tracks and jump on the back of a train and go by the building like, hey!
Yeah.
And then he got down and ran back and did it again.
The first time he was in the middle of the train going, hey, with his hat, and then he runs right past us.
You can't.
and then
That's just why
runs
we
down
can't
the
tell
tracks.
stories about other bands because I feel bad because we have so many awesome stories
Well,
about these
well,
bands,
then
but I
let's
don't
go
want to
back-
repeat them because it's some. I don't want them being like, "Hey, remember that time you told those people?"
They'll never hear it.
Yeah, well, let's go back
If Angelo heard us, he'd be like, hell yeah, I got the second
Yeah,
time.
right.
There's too many things. I'm 100%. You do things nowadays, and you're better than ever for them never to hear it because
That's pretty
there's
true.
a million things and a million things going on every single day. How the hell would they ever find
There's
it?
no video of a band member, certain band member going through are already eating chicken wings and picking off the meat off the
Yeah.
That is gross.
No. That was the gnarliest thing I've ever seen. He's like, man, it's not a chicken bone in his bone. It's not a
Well,
chicken
He
bone."
like
he didn't even ask
literally
whose it was.
cleaned the bones off of someone's already eating chicken wings.
Depending on
That's
how
a
you
real
grew
man,
up.
I'm not going to say which member it was, but it was
Yeah,
a member.
but
of the
That's a
depending
real
band.
on-
man.
Depending on how
Yeah.
you grew up, well, it's also in the band name.
No.
You know, it might be chicken bone. You know, like, it's like in the name.
Your own,
Like,
your own chicken
album
bones.
He
yes.
likes bones.
Yeah.
Your album
enough.
is still stuck in your throat.
Pick your own chicken bones, yes, but someone else's.
Yeah,
Let
it's
me-
a little gross. Let's go back to 17. You guys start a band.
What year? What year?
What year is it?
97.
97. So at that time,
Cool.
I have a little bit of experience with seeing my friends because that was about the time like I was in high school and my friends had punk rock bands as I was into punk rock and I saw them all trying to make it. You know, like they all had different bands. And the one that we thought was gonna actually make it was the Agency at the time.
Well, they didn't make it.
And you know that, but it was like it's all such like to me happenstance and like right place, right time, right. You know what you right decisions or whatever. So for you guys, like back then, it seemed like the business model was you go and tour.
No.
And then you spread to okay. What was it?
It was way different
Business
from
model
us.
was take every show that you could possibly get because we were 17.
No,
Yeah.
the business model was we're from St. Cloud and there's
Right.
nothing
Yeah.
going on.
Right.
So we would have to drive way up to like, the Haven and those old, old school places and like actually see like, whoa, Orlando has a scene. It was like a different state to us.
Yeah.
So like people would be like, you guys say you're from Orlando, but everybody knows you're from St. Cloud.
I was just thinking about the other day when I was driving up Orange Avenue coming home or whatever from somewhere I don't know where I was. And I was just remembering like when I was youngster, 18, 19, driving up Orange Avenue for like one of the first times and accidentally getting on 408. Like, son of a bitch.
Oh, right.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I remember the first time driving through Orlando and I was like so excited just to be down here to play music for people. Like,
Yeah, I remember walking into
We
Will's.
thought we were rock stars. We played Barbarella. We're like, that's
Yeah,
the top of the mountain.
That's it. We're
Cool,
done.
though, but
Yeah.
that feeling though is awesome though, because being like I remember walking into Will's just as a patron. I'd never
Oh,
been.
man.
But I was
Yeah.
like a small town. I'm from DeLand. I mean, it's like so going into Will's to see a show. I remember looking around for
Dude,
the first
no,
time.
it's like you're in
We played Will's,
Disney
we made
World,
it.
like to
Of
a
course, you'd
musician.
heard about this place.
You're
for,
like, oh my
Yes.
god, I'm at Will's Pub. Oh my god, that's
mean,
old
old
Will
Will's.
right there? Like,
Old
holy,
Will's, yes.
You know.
The first Wills, like, we used to play there, like, to us, 17, like, not even be able to drink and, like, sneaking drinks from the bar. That was the old Will, though.
Yeah.
But,
So
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
but-
Well, I remember all of that, and it was a
we made it. It was like, we made it.
Yeah,
We played
yeah.
here. Kluge played. That's it. Yeah.
But back then in the
Bigfoot
90s,
walking around.
That's awesome.
the only way to market yourself was by playing live shows. As pre-internet, so it was like
Somebody in the chat room just said that. I believe somebody just said they were talking spit valves, and they're like,
Yep.
That we came for the spit valves, we saw the Supervillains, and then we fell in love with Supervillains.
But and that they gave us a huge boost of when we first started to actually even play shows in Orlando.
Like,
they were
this
one of the
band
ones,
sounds
yeah.
like us, and there's like 400 kids here.
Right.
We're like, let's be friends.
Love those guys, and
Yeah.
you know they're
We still work with Charlie.
yeah we
Yeah.
still work
Yeah.
with Charlie over at Enemy Inc. And all
Do you
that
remember
stuff.
spit valves,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So then, you guys obviously, what's the next step? Like,
So-
you start playing around. When do you start
I'm glad you
touring out of
mentioned the
state?
Spit Valves because the Spit Valves was a huge step for us, meeting up with them and playing shows all over Orlando, all over.
Just joining forces with those
Like
guys.
we left the state, I think, for the first time with the Spit Valves. We went up to South Carolina, North Carolina. Scar got arrested on the first, I don't know, 60 miles outside of Florida.
For what?
Stealing people's chicken bones.
So we had like this caravan of cars going up to, I think we were going to Columbia, South Carolina, or Charleston, something. And we had a caravan of cars, and the last car in the caravan gets pulled over. And Scart's not even in that car, but his bag is, and he's got a weed pipe in that bag.
Of course he
right
does.
next to my license.
On brand. On brand. Yeah.
So we all pull over, and
That's
eventually,
how smart people do it, right? I put a
Yeah,
rubber band around
dude.
mine. Yeah.
And then they pulled up and like Big Boss Man gets out and he's like, "Which one of you Scott Soldo?" And I'm like, "Me."
and it was
and
like
he's
a
like-
roadside bail bond.
Oh, and and he looked like the wrestler.
No. He arrested me and they were talking about it and like they like fingerprinted me and like took my picture, put me in a cell, and I was sitting there like raising hell and. They're like, well, your buddy can get out of here for $500, and
Yeah, they just charged us $500, and that was it.
side of the road bail bond. It was
Yeah.
basically just paying the cops off.
Yeah.
Easy.
I like how the South is kind of like Mexico.
Yeah,
where it's
very
like they
much.
run by different rules.
Very much.
So then
Tortillas, biscuits.
So anyway, the Spit Valves, they take us kind of a little bit to the next level, and then really what the next big step for us was when Scart and we played with Pepper. The whole band played with Pepper over on the coast, and then we followed them down to South Florida. We played a show with them then. Skip forward another couple of years.
That's a long time of grinding, right?
It just
Those guys were in an
grind.
Astro van.
Yeah, so they were in a van, and then skip forward a couple years, and then we sneak into their show at House of Blues, and we sneak backstage because we know everybody because we played there a million times.
Sure.
At this point, we hop on the bus with Pepper, with Yasad from Pepper.
Yeah.
Give him our newest album, and then they sign us to their label, and that's really the biggest step.
Hold
yeah.
on. So you guys were able to do the quintessential Detroit Rock City, sneak into the
Dude,
Kiss
no,
concert,
no, no.
hand
I-
them the
I
demo.
shit you
No,
not,
these were our
that's-
homies,
this
and
is-
we saw their tour bus.
And we're like, let's go in there and let's bring them this.
we're like,
disc,
holy
you know?
crap, they're in a fucking tour bus. So we're like, how you doing? How's it been? Because we know we played a few other shows with them too, and I go, what the fuck are you guys doing right? And he goes, Scark Dog. I go, Kalel. Like, I hand him our CD. I'm like, we're about to sign with this other label. What do you think? He's like, we were just talking about opening a label. We'd love to sign you guys our first act.
So what does that
and
mean?
now Law
Really
Records,
cool.
Law Records is huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
What does that mean back then?
That's
like
I never knew that story.
because I don't know the music business and I don't know.
It doesn't go like that.
Yeah, like what does that give you at the time?
At the time, it gives us everything.
It gives you
Distribution.
And what is Pepper at the time, just for our listeners'
it
benefit?
gives
like,
you legitimacy.
Pepper. What do you mean?
okay, so you're seeing the tour bus and everything, but like, where are they if you like in career wise? Are they a massive deal?
They're
at this point,
doing.
or-
They just
were
had a song on the
taking off,
radio.
you know,
Okay.
they were
You know what I
taking
mean?
off.
They just had the Dirty Hot Sex song on the radio.
I remember that. Yeah.
Right. So they were going crazy. So what we get out of them is national
Legitimacy.
national view. We're
Attention, yeah.
for sure. And then they're doing really good. So everything they're throwing out there, people are eating up. So we're one of those things. And then they took us on tour with them for I don't know 4 or 5 years. And if we weren't on tour with them, we were on tour with their buddy Slightly Stupid. Or we were on tour with Fishbone or the Mad Caddies or Authority Zero. I mean,
Or some of the tours would be like us, Fishbone, and Pepper, or like
Tom's favorite
and the
band,
Mad
Authority
Caddies.
Zero. He loves that song.
Oh yeah, Authority Zero.
We actually we work with Earth Skateboards, and the owner Jason, one of the owners, Jason DeVore, is the singer for Authority
Oh, that's
Zero.
cool.
So yeah, we we fucks with those.
I
dudes.
remember
They're
meeting
all
that
right.
guy at West End when they played one time after
So
one of
cool,
our
man.
events.
I got to do the tour de Vore right before COVID. It was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Just a bunch of lead singers of bands with the guitars.
So
Sounds good to me.
at this time, what's the incarnation of the band? Like, how many members, and how is the business of that? Like, I'm always curious to, like, all right, you have your band. Who, like, I don't want to get into your money business, but it's like, how much money can you make at this point in time, at this level, and who decides who gets paid what?
When is
it-
that at the level we're just talking about?
Yeah, like back then at this
Sure.
level, like
This level,
do you
all
bring
money, all
Nobody
money,
got paid.
all the
No.
money goes right back in.
Right.
You know?
to promote, to sustaining the tour and everything, like you have
to
because
even
that's
have
all-
something to tour in, just to pay for gas, because you got to figure.
And you're not
like,
going to get the biggest. You're
Gar-
not going to get the biggest pay. Because
Yeah, the pay
you're
was
just
terrible.
lucky to be on the show in that
Right.
position.
Gotcha.
Which you make up in merch at the end of the night.
Oh, you guys don't want $200? Sick. We'll get somebody for $100. All right. See you
Right,
later.
right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Take what you get.
So we'll take the door.
And- but
right,
you're-
right.
Yeah.
But at that time, you're able to survive. Like, where do you live? Like, do you have how do you pay your rent? I'm always wondering,
Yeah.
like, when
Did
you're
you guys have
grinding
other
out.
jobs?
I have a wife.
That
Well,
helps.
back then,
butler.
Yeah.
I did some couple things to make some money.
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
so you do what it takes to survive.
This and that, you know.
Yeah.
Handyman.
Until like obviously, so you get a break. You get national recognition with this band. They take you on tour. You're building the Supervillains brand, right?
Right.
Yeah, people are starting to know you. They buy, and back then you could still make money off CD sales and things like that. And how does that work back
We
then?
would go down to St. Thomas and we just basically established a second base down there. So that was kind of cool, like being able to
So
go
that
down.
started that early for you guys.
We
Oh, yeah.
started that Jägermeister.
2001.
We got signed by Jaeger down there in 2001.
How does that work? Like Jägermeister sees you, and then it's like a liquor rep.
They're like, this band just sold 49 cases of Jaeger last night, and they got a hold. They got a hold of the guy from the club, and they're like, yeah. So they made us Jägermeister on the front and Supervillains on the back, and they're like, you can sell them, you can give them away, but just get off of them.
So
And
which came first, the song or the sponsorship?
the song?
The song, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
so they heard like the
So
song.
basically,
and
down in St. Thomas, there was a high level rep down there that saw us play and was very interested in the band after, like Scart said, I don't know if it was 400 cases, but it was a very big number of cases of
Sure,
Jägermeister
sure.
that we
People
sold at
down
a
there
festival.
drink Jaeger like it's water.
I mean,
man.
back, everybody did, back then. I mean,
I mean,
everybody
I
that
still
did.
enjoy
in the
it.
early 2000s,
Jaeger
yeah, it was
bombs.
huge.
I
yeah.
hate it when people are like, it's so
Jaeger,
disgusting. And I'm
yeah.
like, are you crazy? I was
Yeah.
like, I've always enjoyed it. Look,
Yeah.
I just call it I call it like I see it.
It's oil, baby. It's good,
I
man.
always think like I
Yeah.
do it. And I'm like, I feel like I'm ready to fight or go do something fun. Or like, yeah, I'm like, this is great. Like I've never
I'm
done a
ready to go
Jaeger
fight.
shot and been like, this is terrible.
Yeah, yeah,
I hate
yeah.
it when people do that.
Right. So, anyways, somebody saw us down there, and they basically signed us their sponsorship, and that's
cool.
Where it kind of made sense for us to be talking about Jägermeister so much when we were actually getting something out of it. So,
And then Pepper got the same sponsorship and Slightly Stupid did, and we went on this like Jägermeister tour with
Right.
Pepper and Slightly
Are
Stupid.
you guys sick of Jägermeister? Like, did you
At
feel
that point,
obligated
dude,
to hold it in the sky and drink it with everyone?
Under the bus, we had cases of that shit.
Yeah.
Man. Cases. And every day we would break out a new one. Like we would break out a new one because the old one was gone already, man. Like
Some of the owners of Jaeger would be there, like so we would have Jaeger on the bus, and it's just like,
Right.
hey, you gotta drink it, It's
Right.
that's just one of the sponsorship.
It's a
kind of things.
digestif, right?
Sure.
Teeth.
Sure.
Digestif.
Because the guy goes, the German secret to drinking, you'll never stop drinking. Ah!
Yeah.
You know the best part about Jägermeister? What? Cocaine.
I'll remember that. I
Like, whoa, okay, old man. All right.
I'm curious to when you guys established, because like every small business, you get a workflow, right? And then I imagine that there's got to be some sort of practice workflow with, all right, we go on tour for this long, we keep ourselves sharp with practicing this many days a week. Like, how does that work? Like, I mean, because there has to be the business side of like, hey, we have to be good, or is
Well,
it
you
back
guys
then?
don't
It's just
practice
like
anymore,
Once-
right? That's not a thing.
Once you start getting into playing every day, like you basically get to practice during sound check.
Sure.
so you practice the shows, right? Because you're playing so much. So basically,
Just practicing songs because
And,
you only get so long to play, but like you want to, keep everything fresh because you don't get that long to play in front of those big bands.
Well, one of the things that I'd like to talk about today is our EP release,
Let's do
which
it.
is coming out on the 26th, which
How do I
is
get
Black
another
Friday.
one of these Jägermeisters?
Butler, another Jaeger for our friend. I've never done that before. I don't even know if that works. I just said it.
Let's see if he actually brings you a white.
Yeah, I don't know. He
Bring
may
some
not be
White
here.
Claw.
I don't know.
You like me? even
Shut
gone on
up,
vacation.
Jaeger, you mean?
So we have the
Hey, not the strawberry either.
we have the EP coming out. So so a time like this, we might practice a little bit like the newer songs because a lot of the newer songs we haven't played so
Thanks,
many
buddy.
times together. Only a few times in the
the man.
studio.
Yeah.
So, but most of the practice, like Scar said, kind of comes at sound check, dicking around while we're getting everything ready for the day. Because at this point we're headlining most of the shows we play.
Have you guys heard the new EP?
Bits and pieces. Sam and I were digging
Yeah.
through.
You
We
have to
don't-
listen to it from start to finish.
Yeah,
because
Okay.
It's one song.
It's supposed to be one song, basically.
Yeah, you guys like to do.
No, he likes to. I don't like it.
Okay, let's get into
Pain
this.
a fucking ass.
So this, all right. That's the
But
meat.
they end up
That's
sounding-
the meat Tom wants.
Yeah, the business side of being at home, like it's me dealing with Mr. Creative over here. Yeah,
I was gonna
We need
kind of
more goats singing.
yeah. We need more African tribesmen.
and we've got some time
Paul
because
Simon over here flying them in from Chad.
Seriously.
We'll put them up in my house. It's
It's
fine.
out of control.
and we're gonna talk about the new EP and everything like going on now.
And you can also pre-order it or save it for Spotify, whatever you listen to.
Right.
Yeah.
You can go to their Supervillains website, check that out. I actually did that. I did the plus side.
You're the best.
Yeah, you can do that. And the single Daisy is out right now. You can check
Actually,
that out.
the single Daisy comes out tonight at midnight.
There you go.
But today, right now, the video was released today at 11 o'clock. So
And if you
it's,
haven't seen the video, it's pretty funny.
it's funny.
Yeah,
it's
it's good.
online right now. You can see it on the Supervillains Facebook or
funny but classy.
Instagram. It's on our bio. It's in the
I
link
think
in
that
our
first
bio.
20 seconds, there's a penis in the face shot. Like
It's a cod piece to
Yeah,
the
I
face.
thought that was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
It's worth staying for the video just for that.
That's my actual bulge. Yes.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
So was there ever when's the time where you guys were like, all right, we can not only make a living off this
We hope
band,
next month, hopefully.
but make it successful.
Checks in the mail.
You guys make a joke,
Don't
but
say that.
you guys have been super successful. But when's that time where all of a sudden you're like, wow, this is going to be a thing for long term? Because I'm sure you doubted it even at the beginning going up. Like everybody has doubts. I mean, shit, I still have doubts of how long could this last?
The first 5 years, definitely was in and out. We're just kids playing and having fun. Scart even he moved to Jacksonville, I think, for a year or something like that, and we didn't really even play much that whole year.
Needed an older city.
And we recorded. I still remember
old
the
city.
tune we recorded when you were gone. We did "Stir It Up," the Bob Marley cover.
I was on that.
And you were on that. I know. I'm just saying that you were gone and you had to come
I feel the
back to
tension.
record it.
You feel the tension? I feel the tension.
I'm
I
just
think that Dom still resents the fact that he moved to
moved
Jacksonville.
away.
Is what I'm hearing.
I'm just remembering all the stuff you guys were talking about, and it's kind of flashing back, and I'm remembering things that I, kind of look over. That the fact that we've been a band for a long time, but
I think it's cool.
The first few years was kind of not like we were, playing 7 days a week or anything. We were playing maybe once a month if we were lucky, And
Rather than playing 29, 30 dates a month.
yeah, and then it went to us playing, 150, 200 days, more than that, 250 days a year.
What's the most you've ever done?
We
in a year?
did. There was a 4-year span that we did 1,000 shows.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
that's a lot.
I mean, when I
Talk about when my wife leaves for a night or two for her business, and I get home and I'm looking out the window waiting for her to come home like a
Right.
dog.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And she's like, "Do you understand how long you were gone?"
Yeah, we did one time.
It's rough, man. I mean,
It's
brutal.
being on
People
tour.
that's a good
it's,
woman.
It's
It's
funny.
hard.
I know our guys think you guys are silly and come in here and smoke weed and drink your White Claw and laugh it up and then play the reggae. But what you just said, people don't think about how that's some real shit.
Think about that.
That is, it's terrifying.
1,000
And-
freaking
and
days,
lonely
at
as
least,
fuck.
away from your family,
Yeah.
away from your people. There
hard.
was a time where we did 2 months with Pepper, came home for 3 days, and left again for 2 months with Slightly Stupid. I mean, don't get me
brutal.
wrong. That was a fucking blast,
Yeah,
man. I
sure.
wouldn't give any of that ever up. But man, being gone for your whole life, and there's people that do way more honorable things than we do and go away for longer, and I totally understand that.
Right. Yo,
But when you're-
servicemen and
Sure,
stuff.
but,
but
being
being away,
perspective for the guy on the
when you-
tour. He's
yeah.
his 9th tour, whatever.
Yeah,
you're
when
like,
you're
my
when you're
God.
signing up for going drinking with your buddies, and then it turns into like, wait a minute, like I'm gonna be gone for a long time, and you don't even think about it. Sometimes it's a slam in the face when you, whoa, wait a minute, I'm actually going to be gone for 4 freaking months.
My wife won't even deal with me for at least a week and a half.
Yeah, you got to like
because
decompress.
You're such a tumbleweed.
You're ready to go. Yeah, man.
You wake up and you're like, I gotta go.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what you've been doing. So it's like,
and you're
to
real
acclimate.
loud. You're real loud around her because you're so loud in the clubs talking to people. Hey.
I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
Like you have to recondition yourself. It's like you've been on Mars for,
exactly.
and then you come
stop
home
wearing
and you're like
flip-flops in the
screaming
shower,
at your
you know what I
wife.
mean?
Yeah. Honey, you don't have to wear flip-flops in the
take your
shower.
flip-flops off in the shower. What's
Oh,
the matter with
athlete's
you?
feet, and I'm screaming.
This
There was
ain't-
a trucker jizz in here earlier. Shut up.
This ain't the Flying J.
Yeah.
I want to know worst show you've ever played and best show you've ever played.
Man, that's hard.
I know it's hard.
There's been a lot of both.
Worst shows hard.
There's been a lot of both, man.
And worst show doesn't necessarily mean like no people there. It could be
Have
a
you
lot.
been booed off stage or had shit thrown at you?
Like
or-
No,
worst
never like that.
experience?
I slapped the guy one time.
I saw a guy.
That's
I saw a
cool.
lead
I-
singer get hit in the face with a shoe once, and I felt terrible.
I'd say my favorite personal show was we were playing in San Francisco at the what's the place the Fillmore.
Fillmore in my
So
wow.
which is like legendary
Yeah,
club,
that's
right?
a nice venue.
So
yeah.
we were playing there with Mad Caddies and Pepper, and on the list, I looked over on Mad Caddies, and it was like Mike Burkett, and I was like, "That's Fat Mike." And I'm like, "No way." So then, like, he ended up showing, Fat Mike from No Effect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. Who has COVID right now?
Does he?
He
I
feels
saw
better.
that.
Yeah, he just posted a video this morning.
shit.
Except he put the video of him playing like Cokie the Clown. He's got like
Yeah.
face paint
makeup,
on still, so he
and then
looks like
he's
shit,
like
yeah.
later it's just a regular picture of him. He's like, yeah, I still feel like shit. Thank you for the well wishes, but I'm fine. I'm like, don't be trolling people, man. Come on.
No, he does that. all the time.
Jesus, Can't just be normal for one time.
But yeah, we played this show, and at that time we've been playing Eat the Meek, like, and the whole us and the Caddies and Pepper, and like had all our horn players, and
That's cool.
Everybody's doing it like at the end of the show for Pepper's encore, and he saw it, and when I asked him about it backstage, I'm like, "Did you see?" He's like, "Bro, I was touched by it, man. It was like cool." And
no, he played that song.
and then later on that night, they're like, "Let's get Pepper back on stage," and it was all of us, and they're like, "And Fat Mike." So like, we had to give Fat Mike the bass, and he's like got his arm around me, and like
he's playing bass. I'm singing with Chuck from Mad Caddies.
That's neat.
Yeah.
dude.
So
Yes.
at the
dope.
Fillmore in San Francisco.
That was definitely. I was gonna say that as actually was my favorite as well.
It's
that was
online.
Big
It's-
night
it's
for
pretty
us,
Fun
yeah.
fact: Maisie, my daughter, loves Mad Caddies.
They're
Dude,
great.
loves
So
Mad
good.
They're great
So
friends.
good.
Actually, Keith from the Mad Caddies plays trumpet on our new album.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Wow,
Well, there
awesome.
you go. One more reason to use the check mark or the plus sign. You got to
Check
reserve
out
this.
Keith Douglas.
So then Spotify will go like, oh, you have new music that was just released, and tuck it into your app.
Yeah.
That's the new thing now.
Tuck it in.
Yeah,
I love.
yeah.
You
I
don't
love
buy,
tucking it in. I do
you
it all
don't
the time.
buy CDs anymore. You just you hit the plus sign and you preload it onto your player. So then when you wake up, it's there.
Yep.
Keith's
I tuck it in when I go to
Keith's
sleep too.
also in
Yeah.
Mariachi El Bronx, if you ever heard those guys.
That's my wife. One of my wife's favorite bands.
That's
pretty
Keith
sweet.
who plays on our record.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
same guy.
Well, you guys got some.
All-stars.
Anybody else you got on this album that you want to?
Me,
drop the
I'm
names.
on that shit.
Drop
bro.
the names. Name drop.
This is
crazy.
this is mostly Scart, man. This whole thing is a
Nice.
lot of Scart.
Congrats.
The Daisy single was me and Dan orchestrating, and then the rest really was Scart and Dan orchestrating. I really didn't. do
I
much.
honestly went behind Dom's back and started writing
You
or
did.
recording songs with Dan.
Yep.
And then after we were like 4 songs in, he's like, "Hey, I just talked to Dan. You want to clue me in on what you guys are doing over there?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Not till I'm done."
Yeah, I'm glad you did it that way because it's
It's easier for you. Right?
Yeah.
It's well,
I was
it's
like-
just it's his this one's his vision. It really is, and
I'm like,
it's
"Here's the foundation. Here's the idea. I got it all put down."
What if
and
you don't like it?
It doesn't
I loved
matter.
it, man. It's great. I love.
No, but I mean, like, has that ever happened? Like, has there ever been a time where, like, you have a song, a vision, and you're like,
Well,
man, I
there's
think this is bullshit.
obviously going to be some parts that you're just like, this is kind of weird. Now I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, here's the foundation. You guys, I built the house. You guys go out there and paint the fucking house
Yeah.
and make it, and mow the lawn and make it look like the coolest house on the street.
There you go.
How the hell does it work with getting paid by the kind of rewinding a little bit, but I was just from like doing business, I realized like getting checks is one of the hardest parts of doing business, like getting money that people owe you. And so I imagine with like venues, like, is that something where everybody knows just to always get paid up front, or you'd never pay or like play? Because they're like, I
Facing
imagine
down checks.
If
I'm
you,
going to
wait
refer
till
this
the end-
answer to Dom.
Well, I would imagine that.
I mean,
that,
pretty much all the business questions you want to refer to.
Well,
Don. You don't wanna-
and word would travel quickly too. If there's a venue that, if Matt Caddy's,
promoters,
let's say,
yeah.
or Pepper goes to some, I mean, eventually that is all going to work its way down to you guys, and you're going to know which venues are harder to book, or not going to, or stiff you, or not get paid. Right?
All I know is bar owners and promoters
Oh,
are
yuck.
some of the most trustworthy people I've ever met.
They're the
They
best.
will
aren't
never,
they?
they'll never screw you
Wonderful.
over. They are as solid as stone.
They are the best.
So, like, how does that work? Because
It's
that's
easy.
all.
It's one word: deposit.
So, yeah, they just deposit. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Any funny business, I'll just take half your money and go home and watch TV.
Gotcha. Yeah.
We've done that a lot lately.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's never really.
Well, I
that's
mean,
never
like, you
really
don't have to
happened.
hang people out to dry, but have you ever gone to a venue and they're dicking around and you're like, well, we're just not doing this, and you just go home and you got
Not
paid?
really, because I want to hold up to my end of the bargain. You know,
Sure,
I
'cause
would
that's your
say
reputation, too.
99.9% of the time, we'll just show up and we'll be there. And if they want to mess around, we'll just leave.
And-
but that's never really happened.
And we're on
you
a
know?
booking agency, so if we fuck up and do something stupid,
Yeah, we
that
have an
looks-
agent.
that,
We have
you know,
lawyers.
looks
I mean,
bad
we
on
have
the
all
way.
that stuff. Like you were saying, it's a small business. We have 3 different lawyers. We have an agent.
Yeah.
I've been managing the band for, I don't know, 8-10 years.
Do we have a
now.
lawyer?
Yeah.
Mo, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and not
We're,
just
we're in between
and
lawyers.
not,
right?
Yeah. Well, I
just
don't
our
know
people that
because,
we
like-
have, but we also have, we have a ton of friends like you have Mo. Of course, we have Steven Kramer. I mean, we have all these
Yeah,
people that
yeah.
we can really call if we were in the shit.
I didn't think
you know
Mo
what I mean?
would want to help us. Is the reason I said that. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
love
well,
Mo,
shit,
but
it's a
I
fan
think he'd
of-
look at us and be
No.
like, nah. But I love him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the kind of the business side of the band that most people don't even understand.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
exists, because like I
getting
said,
checks
they
that
see
say
the front.
Supervillains on is kind of funny, but
Yeah.
you get checks that say Tom and Dan. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
you
no,
know
no,
what I
no.
mean? Like-
Wait,
It's
and-
very similar, but the thing that fascinates me, the business side of things, is like, let's say, like on your cover of Moving Out, like how do you
just pay for it.
You just pay for it?
Pay for it up front.
Is it a
yeah.
lot more expensive than people would think?
No,
or
it's a lot less than I would thought it was. Basically, the company that I go through to release all the music, there's just another little tab you click that says, "Yep, this is a cover tune," and they go through and they get the license for you.
That's cool.
So yeah,
That's pretty interesting.
And it's like,
know,
I mean,
think
I'm
it's
talking
hard.
If you were the
like-
Beastie Boys, you'd be so in a hole.
yeah.
right,
A ton of people, but yeah, it's like a fraction of a penny. It's really nothing.
So when, like, going back a little bit still, when was it always like 100%? Like, this is what Supervillains is going to be our business for as long, for
good
this
question,
long, or
yeah.
did
We
you
hit-
ever like say, oh shit, it maybe not be, it might do
In
something else?
'99, so we were a band in '97. We started in '99. We were selling out the House of Blues.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
at that point, you've got something, and we've got all this money from T-shirts. Like, this doesn't fit in the microphone case anymore.
yeah. Successful. Yeah, you guys are like, this
there's-
is something.
There's money in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we would reinvest it and get cooler shirts and like
A bigger PA so we could do house parties.
Sure,
and
you could do
things
your
like
own
that,
stuff,
and,
yeah.
throw events and little small festivals.
we were
and-
we were really big, really fast.
yeah, no,
honestly.
I remember.
right.
And then so
And we've never really stopped running.
yeah, and then that's really the key is like you're just
Right.
never stop the hustle. Did you guys
Write that down. Never stop the hustle.
Every
Put that on
day
a
we-
placard
No, that's
above
gonna be
the-
the name of our new
Every
album.
day.
By the
we
time I
hustle
come
it.
here, it better be on a placard right above that door.
And we all
never
slap
stop
it.
the hustle.
Yes, never stop the hustle. Believe.
Sam.
but I'm sure every band starts off with the same mentality, and especially bands.
Yeah,
that
there's
have
never
success.
really been too much money in it until after we really understood it, and he had a manager kind of, hey guys, you got to pay yourselves. Like, oh, that's right.
Well, I was going to
And
ask
then
about
we
that.
fired him.
But then also like bands that can't get along and stuff like that, and like
You
how
guys
does
had members that aren't with you anymore? Have you had any members that are gone?
We've had a million
I was
members.
gonna say they're like the only two that.
Okay, well let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's move on.
Which one of
Uh-oh.
your members were grabbing every's titty and got canceled?
No, well-
Who got canceled? I want to
Nobody
know
got
about
canceled.
that. No.
When we were signed with Pepper in 2000 whatever it was, we had Ricardo.
Six.
We had Ricardo and
Ricardo
Smalley.
from Spit Valves. When Spit
Yeah, he
Valves kind of folded,
Right.
he kind of
joined
jumped in our
us,
band.
and then we had Smalley playing with us. So we had 5 members.
5 members.
5 members. And then after those two
And the
took off,
that bass player that we had is the guy who did the whole record, our new record.
Dan, yes. So they had the 2 horn players. They kind of they eventually dropped off, and we had Tom join the band over 10 years ago. At this
Yeah,
point.
it's been a while.
T-Rex.
And he plays guitar and keyboard, and he's like a godsend. He's like the man. I love him, And then Dan actually ended up leaving the band eventually because we all almost got thrown in prison, and then from there,
I want to hear that story.
Let's talk about prison.
I think we told this story about probably to you guys before, where we left Colorado. We were driving back to get to Dallas, and our driver pulled an all-nighter. He was exhausted. He had his T-shirt wrapped around his fucking head, looking like an idiot. Just like just driving to get there, and a cop pulls in front of him and starts slowing down, and the driver refused to pass him for some reason. So obviously the police officer got a little suspicious and pulled behind him and
he
pulled us over
because our headlights were on at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
So basically,
Different time because now cars do that on
Yeah.
their own.
Yeah.
Right.
so
What a
basically he
bullshit
pulls
reason to
us
get pulled
over.
over.
and
Pull over a bus for that shit.
we had just, I mean, a plethora of marijuana.
Yeah.
Lots
Yeah.
of it. Lots of it.
I woke up.
I'm sure it didn't take that much investigation.
Well, he tried to, let me in, and I said, we're really late. Please let us
Right,
just
right.
go. We're running
I
late.
woke
We're
up.
on our
He
way
was
to
in a
Dallas.
Dom was in a cop car. Our driver was in another cop car. And I looked outside. I'm like, oh shit! I can't smoke a cigarette. Fuck. And I was like, what's going on here? So I jumped back in my bunk, like, okay, everything's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
And
that's what I
wake
would
up.
do too. I just
Yeah.
try to whisper
jump back
myself.
in my
I go die.
Dom,
I go to sleep and I'll wake up.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I
Dom
know.
walks in the bus. He goes, we got to get out. They're going to search our bus. I go, who? He goes, the police. I was like, the real police? He's like, yeah. And I was like, fuck. So, like, yeah, we all sit out there. We're all hanging out. And we, like, Dom was like, yeah, check where I'll show you where it's at. So,
I had to at that point because
Yeah.
they were
Yeah,
they
you
were
knew.
onto us. They had a dog there already.
So-
Like it was.
Oh
it
God!
was
You waited
fucked.
for the dog, or the dog
No,
came
no,
up?
The dog came up.
They pre-called the dog, yeah.
This was
I
in
hate it when they pre-call the
Wichita
dog.
Falls, Texas.
So they called the dog while I was saying no. I kept saying no. We're late. All my guys are sleeping back there. I don't want to wake anybody up. I
Yeah.
just want to get to Dallas. We have a show tonight. We drove all night. Can we just let this one go? I don't
Call
even
the
know.
dogs
I don't
and
even know what we
Mr.
did
Calf
wrong. To be
tattoos
honest
here.
with you,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
was nothing illegal we did. We were just suspicious because the guy was acting very. He was acting suspicious. And then
we've
me.
got weed patches all over.
My jugular vein was like, so obviously, I'm, up to no good. So basically, I just started playing ball because I already knew we were so screwed. Because we had ounces and ounces and ounces, and we had hash, we had
dabs and
bongs,
hash.
we had.
Oh man!
I mean, like I don't know how,
but you didn't have the other drugs,
We were-
right? You didn't have cocaine.
No,
you didn't have-
zero. We don't because we don't
See,
get
that's
down
what
like
we
that.
get. We
That's
always
how we get down.
the
We don't-
weed,
we
but
don't-
one of us
we don't
has
keep
always
those
got a
baggies
little
in the
more.
bus.
Yeah, like if you're gonna do cocaine, how long are you gonna hang on to it for? I mean,
I'm
come
sure
on.
a lot of your fans give it to you too, right? Like everywhere you
This
go.
is what happened.
Go
That's
through
what happened.
Colorado and
We
be
left
like,
with
"There you
all
go."
these ounces because someone gave us a fucking pickle jar full of
Yes.
weed.
And you get one angel on the shoulder going, hey,
Yeah, take
you guys
it
going to be
easy.
driving. You're going to be driving through Texas. You shouldn't do that. You got the devil on this
Of course,
side.
it's Texas.
It's going, dude, you're not going to throw away all that weed, are you?
Idiot. What's the matter with you?
And it's a lot. It's usually a lot. Like
Dude,
even when
we
you
had
and I
s-
went to,
we had
there
stacks
is
of
so
of-
much. And Andrea, my wife, like she doesn't do anything.
Like we had so much weed
We
that
had- we had
an
patches.
ounce of weed left when they left. We still had an ounce of weed.
Hold on, how'd you get out of it? What happened?
So they ended up. I told the cop. I said, "Listen, this is all mine. This is none of these guys. This is all
Damn,
mine."
you're taking the
You
fall.
can-
That's a good friend.
because I had to get
Dom.
these guys to the show. I
That
figured,
doesn't sound like
It was
DJ
Dom's
Dom's a
turn.
dick. That's DJ
Yeah.
Dom's a savior.
dude,
I said-
an
That's
angel.
manager Dom.
No.
Yeah,
thinking
no.
I gotta get these people to the show.
That's absolutely
I'll
what
We
it
have
take
a
was.
this.
rebuttal here.
It
Yes,
was,
sir.
It was Dom's turn.
falling on the sword. Dom's turn.
Oh,
So I told him,
thank you, Scott.
I
Thank
said,
you,
listen,
Scott.
this is all mine. This is none of these guys. I'm responsible for all of this. This is mine.
Okay.
He goes, listen, that's not the way this goes. Sorry. If I'm going to take one of you, I'm going to take all of you. And I said, if? And he goes, well, you're in such and such county or whatever, and it looks like you guys don't have enough for me to take you to jail today. You can have up to this amount before it's a felony, yada yada. And I'm like, are you fucking?
We were
We're for Texas.
wait,
A
wait.
pickle jar would have been enough.
He found an actual technicality.
Dude, he brought 2 huge Ziploc bags out as evidence. Like, they wrote us all like a $800 ticket, something like that. Each one of us. It was like, I don't know, ended up being like 3 G's or something like that for all of us.
Oh my God. Dude, it was
What?
like 147 a piece. It wasn't bad, but we were in a Hardee's parking lot.
I love Hardee's.
So he told us that
all of us.
he said you can
getting
go
out.
to the bathroom, and I was like, wait, we can go to the bathroom. Wait, we're not going to
If we go to
jail.
the bathroom,
Wait a
we're not
minute.
going to jail because
So,
I gotta
yeah.
go flush a bunch of horse pills and cocaine.
Right.
It was like,
So basically, they wrote us all tickets. They sent us on our way, and I mean, literally, they left a bong sitting on the table. They left a huge ounce of weed sitting underneath my mattress.
They tossed our bus, but
Yeah.
our bus has so much weed in various
They
places.
couldn't find all of it.
We're like,
Yeah.
underneath underneath Dan's pillow, he still got like, oh, they didn't get my stuff.
I mean, there was so
like,
much of it. We had hash still. We had like 10 grams of hash still, like just left.
Yeah, you're good then.
They
You
left it
got
on the
that.
table,
But
like
they opened,
whatever.
The cop opened our door with like the 2 ounces of weed in his hand, and everybody's eating their cheeseburgers out in the parking lot.
Oh,
like
yeah,
all
looking at us
all
like
the
we're a bunch of
local folk,
dickheads. Yeah, look at
because
these
there's like
dickheads.
mohawks and like these guys have got drugs.
Oh, so
And
they
then,
came out. It
yeah.
was like a spectacle.
It
Like,
was
I'm
a
going to
big
eat my
spectacle.
monster thick burger while I watch these
Oh,
F-word
exactly.
for
And
gays
he
get
comes
arrested.
out with the thing and they go, I told you.
Yeah, I literally think if any of us would have had anything harder, we would have been fucking screwed.
Yeah.
Because that's what they were looking for. They're looking for cocaine. They weren't looking for weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they basically were super nice, to be honest with you. He was like,
The cop's like, you guys gonna write a song about us?
Yeah,
I was like,
like-
trust me, I done wrote it like
yeah, it was heavy. It was a super heavy day, but we got out of it,
And from that day
Rest into our
forward,
teeth.
you
No-
guys
no more
never
weed.
traveled
Yeah.
weed again.
No more weed.
Yeah, that's
Or
that's
nothing
it.
changed.
Never again.
That was
I
the
think-
day that they stopped smoking
I think that
altogether.
was
Yeah.
the day where Dan was like, I'm out of the band.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Because it
pretty
was
much.
such a close call.
Really?
It was a big close call. Yeah.
So
And
so
he
that
was
was
like, I'm out.
And our driver BJ, who'd been driving for us for 8 years, used to play for Per Diem, a great bass player.
Yeah.
Ended up getting handed the reins from Dan.
Yep, and he took
And he's-
over.
And he's been our bass player for the last 5-6 years.
And he's badass. He's amazing. He's a great bass
Dude,
player.
on the new record, like he's my favorite musician on the
Yep.
new record.
He's,
that's
he's
cool.
really good.
I can't wait to hear this, man. I'm stoked about it. Again, when can people get this? Because
People can get it on Black
Black
Friday. And tomorrow we're gonna start a pre-sale on. We're gonna do some signed discs and stuff like that.
Nice.
And we'll have some shirts with the album cover on it and
Dig it.
whatnot.
Has there ever been some like insanely lucrative show in your guys' career that just popped up? Like this is kind of similar to the comedian question I always ask.
I
of,
always
like
thought
private
you guys
gigs.
got paid well when you go
Any
to St.
rich
Thomas.
person, any
That
rich
would-
person
I
ever
would answer
paid
that
you?
with St. Thomas, bro. We go to St. Thomas and it's like we're like royalty.
Dude, we
It's
haven't played a show in
insane.
Orlando in like 3 years, but we've played like 15 at St. Thomas.
Yeah, like we will go down there because we'll get I don't know, a 12-bedroom house to ourselves.
We'll be in a villa with an infinity pool.
like the view
Why would
that
just move
people
there?
like.
Yeah, why not?
It's-
No,
it's
seriously,
crazy.
I
Have you ever thought about like making that your home base?
I've
No.
thought about it.
I haven't.
You mentioned
No.
it last time. I
I've
think
thought
you were
about it.
here that
Seemed
you
pretty-
have thought about
I've
it.
got a plan.
St. Thomas
Thomas
seems
is
pretty
awesome.
Hey,
awesome.
there's no
What-
fucking Starbucks down there, man.
Is that the Starbucks?
There's no Starbucks.
Hold on,
there's-
there's got to be a Starbucks in St. Thomas, right?
No,
you
it's
can go
no.
down to lattes.
I
though.
like
It's
you
right there.
telling them what's in St. Thomas when they
Well,
basically
and
live.
Scott just said you could go down to lattes. He knows the name of the
Yeah.
fucking coffee place.
Well,
and,
there's-
and it's a great
everybody
cup of
knows.
coffee.
There's a
you know?
McDonald's there, right?
There is one.
There is one, but
There's
But
two.
why would you want that?
you don't want to eat there, man.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm just doing the Starbucks.
Everybody
math. It was
eats at
like,
Wendy's. What are you
corporation.
talking
There's
about?
no Walmart. There's just Kmart, bro.
Okay, what's
Come
kind of is? I mean, how
No,
bad?
there's Costulas.
Oh, there's not even
Wait.
a Costco.
I'm trying to get this guy to do more fun shit. The next time you guys go to
Dude,
St.
I
Thomas, can
dare
we
you.
go?
Absolutely.
And then we'll
Can
do.
you get? Why are
and
you
we'll
asking
just
us?
go and do the shows from the villa with
Do
the
you know-
infinity pool, and
Do you
we'll
know
go
how much?
lattes.
Do you know how much a round trip ticket to St. Thomas is?
I don't.
On Spirit Air is. I just went down there for Halloween. It was $140 plus tax.
Okay, how
That's
long
round
is
after
trip.
the $40 air charge to breathe and the $70
no.
baggage charge and the
No, but I've done that. I haven't paid
Yeah,
over
Spirit can suck
$140.
my dick.
What's it
and-
like in St. Thomas on Halloween?
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, dude, it's insane.
awesome. Yeah.
It was
Well,
insane.
a lot of Squid Game
Huge
costumes.
party.
Right. Like
I
here.
snuck up on my buddy John Ghazi because he always sneaks up on us. He's like
Yeah.
my best buddy, and I went up there fully skeletoned out face and.
Do you trick or treat?
No, there are people trick or treating.
Yeah,
But
I can't
but,
see
mean,
you trick or treating in the
but
streets
it's
of St. Thomas.
It's so mountainous. I was saying, I'm like, I
beautiful.
would hate the trick or treat.
Yeah.
What's
like, Mom,
it's a hike.
Mama, I'm sorry, but I can't go next time because I done pulled my calf muscle.
Did
Yeah,
COVID
it's
fuck
nuts.
them up real bad as
Yeah,
far as there's
they're
no
still-
Yeah.
no tourism
So
and shit, right?
The first, when I got down there the other day, the governor had just said you're allowed to dance, but as long as you have
You're allowed to dance?
no,
That was like Footloose down there.
I was like, what the fuck?
Turn
No,
the
but-
lights on the VW bus. I'm
but
trying to
you-
dance on the
but
beach.
You have to have a
man.
mask on. And there
I'm not
it was
dancing
just
with the
really
mask.
weird when we did what we did is we went on a boat, a trimaran.
Yeah, we had a
we played
stage
Rock
on a
the
boat. Pretty awesome.
It was and all the people on their boats came out. And
That's awesome.
there's probably
You-
like
you
there's probably
played
like
on-
800 to 1,000 people, and everybody's just drinking on their own boats.
Boats
We need to do
everywhere.
that.
We had a
Yeah.
floating
Sick.
we had a
You don't wanna
floating
do this?
stage with a mosh pit on it.
Yeah.
That
so
sounds
sick.
better than
That
if
sounds
you do a regular
That's
show.
that's my second favorite show.
That's awesome.
That
So you played on the
sounds-
stage on the front of a catamaran
on Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
on Epstein.
It's right there, yeah.
No,
It's
we
right
were
there.
They're not
playing
joking.
50 feet from Epstein's
It's
Island.
like
anchored
right
up.
there. Little St. James or whatever, yeah.
So you're 15 feet from Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sorry, I got corona.
He's got corona.
I forgot to
Scott's
say that.
having
Should
fun
have
today.
said that to you beginning.
No, yeah.
It's crushing it.
But
Little girls coming out of the bushes.
and you're playing in front of a
Christ.
bunch of boats that are
This is awful.
that are all just watching you. That's awesome.
I see that
That
you
is
have us on the screen together. Can you put that in two?
Yeah, I can't.
Can I be in a separate room?
So, but
you just want a different
Can I
box.
go sit with your butler?
how does it? Who does like? Is there a sponsor that brings you guys down there?
Yeah, there's a ton of sponsors for a show like that. That's generally how we get down there. Is
They pay for
different
our
liquor
airfare.
representatives, different alcohol companies,
And like, so a promoter kind of puts it
If
together.
you live on St. Thomas, it's because you have some sort of niche job like that. There's not too many people down there to deal with.
yeah.
I was going to ask you about that because those kind of
Our
islands.
buddy John Ghazi.
Yeah, like
is
the promoter, John Ghazi will be a promoter, and then he'll put all the pieces together, and then he'll fly
for
us
the
down
liquor
there.
companies.
So does John Ghazi live there, and then his job is to kind of bring acts that are
yeah.
located in
Right.
North America to St. Thomas?
That's what
Right.
he's been doing.
That's
yes.
a cool job,
and
right?
he's
A
been
hard job.
he's been Mad
Hard job.
Caddy's stage manager as well as our. He started with us.
Yeah, he's had
and
all types
just
of bands
went
come
through
down there.
all the ropes. And now he's like when they go to Europe, he's their European stage manager.
Gotcha.
So he's hanging out there with Pennywise and NoFX and
He's got Nathan
Face-
Maxwell from Flogging Molly come down there. He's
Oh,
got
wow.
Agrolites he's working on getting down there.
Man, I love Agrolites.
So
Yeah.
good, right?
It's just it's the perfect music for anything.
Like if you don't like the Agrolites, you're a
When I'm
fucking
mad,
idiot.
like when I'm pissed
Yeah.
off, I saw them open for Bad Religion. I'd never heard of them.
Oh,
It was
dude.
like on a Halloween
So good.
show. You know, we always get the Bad Religion Halloween show. Which I don't-
Agrolites are awesome.
And they opened for Bad Religion and to the point where I was like, "Fuck! I just want you guys to keep playing." And the Bad Religion, one of my favorite bands,
Oh, dude.
ever. But Agrolites are so good, dude.
Yeah,
They-
like when
that
you're
should
done
be your hot tub
downloading some of
music.
our music, download some Agrolites. You'll thank us for it because it is the gem.
It's the best.
Have you ever had to stop a show for whatever reason and then tell the audience
Because
like,
people were crushing each other like fucking
Travis
idiots.
Scott?
or
Oh, that's
anything like
scary,
for
dude.
any reason? Have you ever stopped a show
Terrifying
in
to me.
mid show?
Yeah, when people get hurt.
Fights.
Yeah, or fights.
Because you're a good human.
If we see a fight, I will stop and I will make fun of both those people until they're both kicked out anyway. You know, because
yeah, it's a nice way of breaking it up too.
I'm
Yeah.
12 years old. I'll
Like,
kill you
I
because
will-
I'm 13.
I will literally mock the people until they want to fight me or they just get removed anyway. Yeah.
I think that, and that's interesting because of recent events. That comes with experience and knowing crowds.
Nowhere near that many people come to our shows. It's
Well, but
you
you
can
still have
still get hurt.
experience
You can
with
still get
what
hurt.
crowds do,
Yes, you know
and
how-
then how they act and the vibe.
You
and
mean
it
how we deal with the crowd crush every night?
oh yeah, how do we do that?
But it,
Every night.
if you don't know what that means, I feel like that could cause fucking people
well, you
die.
have a responsibility up there. You got a microphone just like anywhere else. You can't just go up there and yell fire. You know what I mean?
cannot.
Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if you see a fire, it's your responsibility to help people get the fuck away from it.
God,
So-
when you're saying that, No offense, but
I mean,
when Tom's saying that, it's kind of like.
I mean, I am.
Come
but
on.
Yeah,
I
if you
have
have
gotten
experience.
older.
He's lying.
Yeah. Or like the woman
It's
who
all
peed
part
on
of the show.
Did you see the pee woman the other day?
Well, we were one of the shows. I think one of the first shows to talk about that
Hefty.
because that lady, her name's Sophia. I forget her last name. Right. She is the it's like the partner of one of the Peloton instructors that I take like this lady's rides all the time, so I know who this person is.
Yeah.
and I know who Brass Against is, and I followed them.
Sure.
And then when I was like, oh, it's cool that this particular instructor's wife is in Brass Against. And then my wife's like, did you see what the Brass Against lady did? I'm like, oh my God, why would you do that? Like your band has a fucking tuba in it. You don't pee on people. That's
No.
just the rule.
Oh, yeah.
You have a tuba in your band. You don't pee on people.
There's got to be a bunch of old people at them shows. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like.
There was, yeah. I saw our listeners go, so that's how I knew.
Yeah.
When they were like, yeah,
that poor woman.
One of our listeners
peed on
posted the
somebody?
video
Yeah.
on his
Yeah.
face. He he volunteered
It was-
for
And
it.
he volunteered
and
for
then
it.
He
he
laid down.
Oh,
his
that's
back.
all cool. I
and
don't
he
even need
stood
any.
up
I don't
and
even need any pre-roll.
He
I
just
guess
stood up and he
it's
did the
still a
Stone
weird-
Cold,
it's
or he did the
consensual.
Triple H. He
Yeah,
did the Triple H where he made
Sprayed.
micro particulates into the air, and then he started cupping it from the floor of the stage and throwing it into the crowd. And I'm like, somebody murder this person.
Well,
Everybody, I'm
What
gonna
are you
make
doing?
I'm gonna make woodwinds very exciting. Watch this.
Somebody slap that
I'm
old
gonna make the
biker.
tuba very cool. Watch this.
I was gonna ask you guys a question based on that.
No, I've never
lady.
peed
No,
on
we've
anybody.
never
no,
had.
not
We've
that.
never had peers.
Not peeing, but
Okay,
have you done something on stage that the next day you were like, oh, I should have
Should've
done
done
that?
that.
Man,
Oh,
I did
story
this
of-
weekend. I did this weekend.
Story of my life.
I totally did this weekend. We played this weekend, and there was we're playing at Janice, by the way, on November 26th with Cash Chow.
Okay.
Oh, very cool. That's
So,
a good lineup.
We're playing this weekend at the Nature Coast Music Festival, and this lovely gal was holding up a poster for the Janice show.
Oh God.
The Supervillains Janice.
dickhead.
She's doing her job. She's promoting the show.
Yeah.
She was standing in front of the stage, kind of getting pictures taken while we're playing, and I kind of got my tit twisted a little bit.
She had a poster that had light up lights
Like
all over it
while we're
with our
playing,
band,
like with our name
with
on
our
it,
band on it,
you
promoting the
know.
show. And Dom's like, "Hey, stupid poster girl! Why'd you have poster girl?
Jesus.
Say stupid poster girl.
Hey,
You must really like
I
our
just said-
band. Fuck you.
I just said, let me see that poster. Oh, look, it says that we're playing. Great, we're playing right now. Okay, so
and then Savvy Fernandez was late to the show.
Zombie, I love Zombie.
So Savvy was supposed to play right before us, and he got there like 15 minutes before he should have been on stage.
That's it. That's what
and
it
they were,
does.
and they were keeping it real tight, so that he played for like 10 minutes, and then got off stage. And Dom, the first time he said it, he goes, "Yeah, we'd like to thank Savvy Fernandez band for fucking being 30 minutes late." Woo! and I think it was funny. And then
So you.
and then about 30 minutes later, he got into him again. He was twisting it, and Savvy's mom and dad were at the show. And they were like, "Why is he still going off on you?" And he's just like, "Yeah, fuck Savvy
and then
Fernandez,
thank
man."
all the bands for coming today, except for Savvy showing
Yeah,
up
yeah.
20 minutes
these
late.
parents
That's not
are there
my
in
whole
the front
fucking
row.
show. Yeah.
You know, I stayed in Drew's cabin that night.
Drew Grabo?
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Well, I saw John, and his cabin
That's
was
Drew's
right
producer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so,
And Sam, I said fuck on their show the other day. So
and he
I got
dumped.
dumped. I got dumped hard, yeah.
They took a
But
dump
so
on him.
anyway, so the poor poster girl,
Did she get sad?
I said, hey everybody, we're playing at Janice. Now this
she
girl
s-
can fuck off.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did she slowly
And then
turn
she
her
goes-
battery-powered lights off?
Exactly, dude.
So then she says,
a joke about that.
We have a joke about a cake where it's like
We're talking shit about somebody.
we're like,
They're holding a
that,
cake.
you know, down for the Superman. Fuck that guy. And you're right there with a cake that says like "Happy 50th show, Tom and Dick" or something. You know? And we're just like, "Fuck that guy."
Get
We
that
hate
bitch
it.
out of here.
holding the lights and like Superman. They're like,
She,
fuck
just,
this.
she has a
And she
little
turns on the light.
two. She has a little two AA battery. It's a twofer, and she
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a little switch. She has to click it with her nail. She clicks it. The lights all go in. And the poster comes down slowly. She folds it. You know.
You say after because this is I can't do that kind of thing. I'll if someone did that at our show, I'll just watch them do it the entire time.
So
like
I
pussy.
said, I got mean. I was like,
I'm the dom
Did
of
you
our show.
did you tell her after like, hey, I'm sorry, it was
Well,
just a thing.
she goes, well, I'm working for so and so. I go, yeah, I know who you're working for. Tell him I said to eat my shit.
No, okay.
Yeah.
So
God
basically,
damn, double down.
so she's leaving.
Dom wasn't mad at her. He was
Touchdown.
mad at somebody else, and that's why he was crushing
So
her.
anyways,
She was like a little flower girl.
I literally walked off the stage and ran around looking for her to apologize because I felt
she took her
so
sign off
bad.
and she went home. That's
She
what
like,
happened.
and I
But you never
think-
found her?
I think she literally like, fuck
No, that sign is still in some Uber that she took.
Crying all night.
And it's a Supervillains poster. I feel awful, you know, but I didn't feel bad for the Savvy though. He can eat my shit too.
A lot of people.
Savvy used to play our Orlando City games.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And he played a bunch of them.
He's got a really good band with him right now.
And then he would text us for free tickets. And then the last text I got from him, which is fine, I'll give him when I got him. But I know. I
got lots of those.
This is what's funny is that Savvy still texts me. He'll be like, "Hey, you at the Orlando City Bash?" I'm like, "Brother, I haven't worked there in like 5 years. Like we haven't been with it." But I think he still wants tickets from me. And I don't even have season tickets
anymore. You can't fault a guy for trying.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Let me ask you guys this, because I'm sure.
To be clear, I am very sorry to that poor
Yes, to the sign woman.
I still haven't
This
called
is the
the
public
guy
apology.
Like, oh, your employee. I kind of feel bad for telling you to eat my shit too, or whatever. You know, I haven't made that call yet, but I will eventually.
It wasn't meant for you.
It was meant for the guy.
Right. Just say it's a show or it's an act. I say it's a show. Just say it's part of your persona when you're on the stage.
She's promoting our CD release party nonetheless.
If you don't know my moniker is Dom's a dick at this point, I don't know what to tell you.
But I tell people that.
You guys know just as well as I do. I'm not that bad of a guy. I'm a nice guy.
No, you're a nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I literally, like I said, I'm telling you, with all honesty, I was drastically looking for that woman to apologize
We know.
for it.
And the nicest people tell women to eat
That's
their
the
shit.
first time.
I was telling her boss to eat my shit for the record, but yes.
This
yes.
is defending Dom.
You called me a shit eater.
But this is gonna sound like it's not, and I'll explain, because some
is this
people.
accidental dickhead?
This
or-
this is different. I'm
You're
accidental.
he
I'm
calls
accidental
himself,
dickhead.
He says he's now it's like a disability now, right? He wants like a handicap.
I have the same problem. I tell my fiance all the time, baby, I'm sorry. I just say what's on my mind. I can't help it.
Yeah, your reaction there.
I can't help
Accidental
it.
dickhead.
And my core.
No.
He's an accidental
I
dickhead.
say the stupidest little things to her sometimes, and she gets so mad.
You have to be
I'm like,
authentic,
babe.
right?
I think you're the most beautiful thing on this planet. I'm sorry that I said that shirt has something like right here.
No, you
on
don't
it.
do what I do.
I'm honest and I say how I feel, and I'm sorry.
At
I don't
dinner
mean to be
last
a dick.
Thursday, I told my wife, and this is an actual phrase I had to talk about in therapy. I told my wife, I said to her at dinner, I go, yeah, this is an actual quote. I go, yeah, but I don't make as many mistakes as you do. That's a quote. I said that.
Damn.
Yeah,
You said that?
I said that.
You're just saying
Listen,
the
I've
truth.
been married.
I'm saying it all the time, man.
It's in my
the
core.
truth.
As a married guy for 18 years, you don't say that.
No,
You
you
don't.
say nothing. Say nothing.
You say nothing.
This is going to be a question that's nearly impossible to answer.
Oh, I love the impossible questions.
But it's a question that I get, and I'm going to ask you this because people will ask us advice about starting a podcast and how to be successful at it or whatever.
Bro, don't do
Wait,
it.
I
Get a
I
real
usually-
fucking job. Don't do it.
So I'm glad you're saying the same thing because I say the exact same. I'm like, don't even try.
No, is Scart
there's
going to
so-
tell are you going to hold your tongue and then go like, yeah, you got to do it, man.
Man, just go for it.
Yeah.
So
You agree on that?
What's
Interesting.
What's your advice?
I expected more positivity out of Scart.
Some young
Because he
kids.
doesn't have to deal with all that
No,
shit.
They
because
wanna start
I
a
think
business
about
sites.
I think about every moron little kid with a fucking iPhone
Yeah.
who thinks they're a fucking producer because they have GarageBand. They're like, dude, check out, like, and then I've got to hear like, hey man, my friend made this. I'm like, cool, bro. Like I don't even want to hear it. Go fuck yourself.
Wait a minute.
It's way worse than me. I wouldn't say that. Send me your demos. Don't send them to this
Scar's
asshole.
secret dickhead.
I mean,
Oh.
we
I'll
got
take
to like
your
the
demo.
And
end.
by the way, I'm gonna hate it anyway.
we got to like the end, and you guys reverse roles.
Oh,
It's
man.
like the end of
What
is
about
that?
like
Freaky
the
Friday.
remember
Yeah.
the CDs back in the day? Oh man, we used to be bad, bro.
Listen, but it's
when
real
people would give you
because
CDs.
Driving down the fucking road.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what do we got here? Dickhead and the Vibe Droppers. Oh, cool. Oh, what do we got here? Posy, something. Okay, sweet. Posy.
People get you on like on Twitter and they're like, dude, you listen to our CD? We're like, totally.
I like that you're being honest.
Are
And
they
I
saying
wish-
these guys are dickheads?
I wish that we could.
You guys got a
see-
record company. We're like, yeah, totally. We'll listen to it.
I wish that we could see bands that have submitted their records to you guys. Like, I wish that there was an
But
honest.
it's like someone who like blew up and they just
You
passed
know-
on them. They threw their CD out.
You
of
know,
the fucking
and now-
window, and now they're huge.
and now we're putting this new record out on our old new, it's our label that
Yeah.
has kind of been just kind of just hanging out because we put our last 2 records out on Law again. But this one is us, so like I'm just waiting for that flow. Like, dude, are you guys accepting like applications for band?
You're waiting for it. I already got it. Give me a break. It already started, man.
Well, we need a ride so we can throw some CDs out the way.
well, I mean,
Dude, I got the Bible vibes.
what if you had to give a
Tribal Illusion.
if some young reggae
I mean,
band
of
came
course
to you,
I'm kidding here. You know?
I know, but what would you say?
You're making fun of every band that has
you know what? You know what it is.
Because the goddamn advice is always so cliche, and it's true though. Like
It's
we
not.
tell podcasters, like just keep doing it, and like I
Hope
guess
for the best.
hope for the best, make the right decisions, take the opportunities when they come. So a lot of people don't
here's the
take
difference.
opportunities.
Very simple. It's very simple, man. Seriously, it's very
Yeah.
simple. Do what makes you happy because you're gonna fucking die. Okay, that's it.
Yeah,
Make
yeah.
yourself happy while you're on this side of the earth.
Bad
You know what I
cop.
mean? And call it a day.
So
Do
what-
what makes you happy. I don't
maybe-
care if that's working at a fucking as a dishwasher or working as an astronaut. I don't give a fuck what it is. Do what makes you happy.
Dishwashing
Right.
And that's it. And I don't have any kind of here's an easy way to do it because there's no easy way to do it. And you know just as well as I do.
Well, what's weird is that I would like to see, like in these type of scenarios, like I think sometimes people want to be where you guys are. They don't necessarily enjoy making the music, or they want to be where we are with a podcast, but they don't necessarily enjoy podcasting. You know what I mean? Like I'll have people go
And
like,
that's
"Hey,
all it is,
I
man.
started a
Find what it is
podcast."
that you want to be
Yeah.
and be Tom and Dan, be
But
Scar,
they don't
be Dom.
want to.
You know what I mean?
Like I've got people that are like, "Oh man, it would be so cool to do what you do," and I'm like, "Well, do you like to talk?" And they'd be like, "Well, not really." I'd be like, "Well, then you don't,"
No.
because like I would do this if I wasn't getting paid for it. I think this would be like, you know what I mean? Like this is kind of what I do. This is kind of
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you do. It's like we naturally. I think you guys
I
naturally
do this on the side.
We're
when I'm
entertainers.
not
That's what
playing with
we
the
are.
villains.
We are
Right.
all entertainers.
But
you
there's
know?
a new thing now with influencer being, and I'm not anti it. I'm just saying it's a new thing where it's like they want the shine that comes with entertaining, but the entertainment aspect
But
is
they don't want to have any skin in the game. They don't want to have any work. You know?
or maybe they just don't understand that the way that we did it, you needed that, because there are people that don't put any skin in the game and they get shine, and I'm okay with that too.
Sure,
Look, it's not what I do,
absolutely. No.
but I do find it odd though that I get
easy
a lot
come,
of
easy go,
Cartman,
though. You know
bruh.
what I mean? Like easy come, easy go.
Well, I can shut people down real easy now, though. When they ask me about the podcast, I'll be like, "Well, what's it about?" And what, like, I'll ask them like 3 questions, and then by the time they've replied, they're already out. You know what I mean? Like they're like, "Nah, I don't want to do that."
And
Right.
there's an element too, and it seems like both with being in a band or any entertainment, is we enjoy doing the entertainment part, and that's what we all love doing. That's what started it, right? But you have to do shit that you don't enjoy to get to do shit you enjoy, right? Like
I play
like
one night a
touring
week, 2 nights a
look at-
week mostly now.
I
work
refer
5
all that
days
to
a
Dom.
week.
Yeah.
You know?
but still, but
at least
but
you
even
know.
the grind of the
But
tour.
I'm fishing.
Setting
And
up
we have
all
we
the
have a
shit.
dynamic that's it's different, you know.
Yeah.
And I do a majority of the business of the band, of course, because I'm the manager of the band. He's not the manager of the band. He's my talent. You know what I mean? He's
And
a
I
guy
have
that I look
inputs.
at as
Yeah.
my talent. I look at Scar. I look at Josh and BJ and Tom as my talent. I go to those guys to get my inspiration to do my job. I go to those guys to get ideas to do my job. So we have a weird dynamic, and I do, you know, I sign the checks and I do all the weird, you know, busy, not fun things. But he does, you know, he works. These guys, all my guys, they all work, and we work and do like you're saying. We work on the other side of what people don't see, and that's the thing that you guys are talking about here, Dan. Like. Doing all the work is not the part why people get into this business.
Yeah. But it's necessary for the business.
Absolutely, because without that, you don't have
Yeah.
a business, because then nothing's getting done.
You know,
what I
and
mean?
I supplement my income by playing solo around town, so we're just to keep visibility.
Sure.
You know,
True.
I mean,
Yeah.
to
And
put
just to keep,
pennies in my pocket.
I DJ still just because I'm bored, man. I literally leave my house once a week.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
So,
Well, it's also a little bit
talk
more
to
fun
plants all
than
day.
the business side of the band, right?
I mean,
it's another
and-
outlet.
Especially now that I've really turned a new leaf kind of in my life. I cleaned up my whole life, like as far as drug use and alcohol use.
Oh,
And
you stopped smoking the weed?
now I'm California sober, actually.
Oh, right on.
Oh, really?
So, but
Wow.
I've really been focusing, and I've just treating it like it's the office Monday through Friday. I wake up at 8:30 in the morning, and I'm ready to go every day, and I'm working and making it all happen.
Holy shit.
Well, I was going to ask you
Holy
guys about that
shit.
because when it comes to this odd job, people don't even have any idea what a Monday through Friday work week looks like for the Supervillains.
Sure.
What is it?
It's a lot of just keeping on top of
Email?
everything.
A lot of
'cause
email
there's-
mostly?
It's not so much email as it is social media, keeping your social media presence going, keeping a plan for your social media, keeping a plan for the records, keeping a plan. We have so much music coming out right now. We have the single tonight. We
were
the
very
EP.
busy during lockdown.
That too.
Yeah.
And that's part of the too, keeping our band still as a unit during the COVID was
Right.
the COVID lockdown thing. We were doing all the live things from West End. We were still keeping content going out. A lot of my job is content. A
We
lot of my
recorded
job
this
is
whole record during
the
whole lockdown.
Was that the time when you guys were doing Sugar Shack
and we did that too.
sessions?
We did Daisy, I think, at Sugar
Yeah, you
Shack.
did Daisy on that.
Yeah,
That's
we did
right.
a few of them. Yeah, we did
But
6. We still have 2 songs
what's-
from Sugar Shack they haven't released yet.
What's
too.
crazy?
Cool.
What's crazy? I based the album off of Lord of the Flies, and it was because we were watching Lord of the Flies unfold. So it's like you can tell what time of the year I wrote the song. You can tell like Pyrocumulus is like during the insurrection, like we're coming to get you, like stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, but like if you look at it, it was like I remember telling my wife during lockdown, I'm like, I pray for these days. I prayed for somebody to clip the internet, and we're all just sitting here and doing yoga in the
So
backyard.
he did it. You did it.
What?
Did you get rid of?
You started the pandemic. You prayed,
You know, it's funny. I was,
and then
I
we
was-
got it.
I was in New Zealand.
Thanks, Scart.
I was in New Zealand, and I get a text from Dom, and he goes, "Hey man, watch out for that coronavirus. It's coming from China." And in New Zealand,
I knew it.
I said it's coming
That's
from
what my
China.
uncle told me.
I was
Yeah.
like, watch out for that Wuhan
Yeah,
flu.
I said
Am
it's
I
coming
right?
from China.
I noticed on the flight home that everybody had masks on, and like on the flight there, nobody had masks on. And Dom's like, "Coronavirus, watch out!" And as soon as I landed, it was like, boom, pandemic start. I went to St. Thomas and got the last.
See,
flight
Scart
out.
brought it from New Zealand. That's where it
I
came from.
had no idea that
As
you
soon
were
as I
patient.
landed, it started.
I'm patient zero.
Yes. So, I mean, basically, to answer more of your question, it's a lot of boring crap and
Yeah.
keeping up with websites, updating everything, keeping all the guys knowing what's coming on,
Putting out
going
fires.
on, making sure everybody's got itineraries and merchandise. Oh, freaking keeping up with the merchandise.
Merch is
And
so hard.
I send out all the merchandise. I handle all that too. So it's there's so much and more.
Do you guys have diehards that have followed you the entire time that are at every show?
The entire time, I
Absolutely.
don't know, but a
Oh,
lot
over
of
a
time,
long
yeah.
period of time because
a long
like
time, yeah.
because with us, me and
Scart's
Daniel,
mom is the biggest diehard we have.
we'll
Like,
see.
She's a sweetheart.
But we'll see people that have listened to us basically our entire
Decades,
careers,
yeah.
like 10 years and stuff. You guys have been playing for so long. I'm wondering if there's like a person that's going to be at a future show that is like, oh yeah, that guy has been here for the past 15 years watching us on and off.
There's people like that at shows that I see.
Yeah,
every day.
not at every show, but you'll see people from back in the day that show up to shows.
And then there's the constant group, who like our diehards.
We have the pit crew.
Supervillains,
The pit crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they're at every single show, every single
absolutely
week.
every single show. Like we'll have some of them fly out to meet us in Texas or fly out to meet us in Colorado. I mean, the sweat will chase us around, man, for sure.
That's really cool.
She's nuts, yeah.
Do you ask them, like, because a lot of times we'll ask like BDMs that followed us for so long, like, hey, what do you want us to do? Or do you like this? Or was this funny?
No,
like,
I don't
like,
ask people. Yeah, you don't ask people. Oh, you know what you guys do? Tease nuts. You know,
well, I don't know.
that's a great
Maybe get
opening.
their opinion on like, how do you like it?
No, because it's we want people to listen to us, man. I don't want to listen to them.
I like that.
I forgot. Dom's like, fuck your opinion.
Yeah. Eat my shit.
Fuck your side. I don't give a shit what you
The
think.
name of the show is Fuck Your Side.
Yeah.
Write that
Didn't
down
you
there.
see us open for you guys?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You guys are great.
Who's the biggest dickhead band? Come on. There's got to
Are you
be.
gonna end with
Real
this?
big fish.
Oh,
Are
Real big
they-
dick.
Yeah, real big dicks.
Yeah.
Like in what way though? Like just the
We just didn't get
thought
along
they
with
were
them the
better?
way that we really wished we would have,
Work.
because they were like, I don't know, one of my favorite bands when I was a little ska kid, but it kind of sucked because we never got to hang out with them.
When
man.
you see a motherfucker every fucking day for like fucking 60 days.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's like your family. And like what we do when we're out there, we're campers. We got the big long RV.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
out there cooking burgers and dogs and whatever. And, like the English Beat, who's on the tour with us, is like, hanging out. And like, we knew that
English
there was-
beat more legendary though. I would say that carries so
Absolutely.
much more
Absolutely.
weight.
The reason why my
No
drums,
offense.
my drums are in the front of the stage, and the reason why that is because we are on tour with them. Dave Wakeling, the singer of the freaking English Beat, comes up to me and goes, "Dom, how about you
Elvis.
move your
He called you
stage?"
Elvis.
Yeah, he goes, "Hey Elvis, why don't you move your drums to the front of the stage and try it out for a couple times and see how it works?" And I said, "Okay." We tried it out and never went back.
Yeah,
And to this day, I don't
unique.
know
It is
another
better.
drummer who's at the very front of the apron where like kids are looking at the drum.
Right.
It's
like,
cool.
Yeah.
I like
we
it,
would-
and
we
as
would-
a drummer, it's cooler.
And that's just it right there. Like me and Dave, we would smoke joints every day and drink tea and talk. And when with Real Big Fish is just shitty because, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Scar
no,
can say
your
whatever he wants to.
experience with.
But I just wanted to have a better experience, and we didn't. And I would say it's not. I'm not calling them dicks because of it. I'm just saying I kind of was let down because I just wanted things to be different. I wanted to be homies.
right.
They're kind of dicks to us too.
Yes, thank you, Don.
There was some instances
Thanks,
that
Scar.
weren't great, but it's whatever. It is what it is, and hopefully one of these days we'll get to try
we
again.
go out with everybody, and we like, we're, hey, how you doing? Like even with Fishbone, day one that we've toured with them, we're like, hey, like we're buddies with them. Like
And the Real Big Fish guys, they're not into it. They're like, we don't.
They're not in the SCART. They're like, oh, look at this fucking guy.
Oh God, here comes Scart.
oh god, he's trying to like make us have like fun and stuff.
You think that has to do with like them getting so famous so fast?
They're
maybe?
only famous on X game video games, right?
Well,
I'm not going to
Well, they-
speculate.
they-
notoriety,
they're
though.
not really famous to like most of my
I
friends.
mean, if you're into ska, you know who they
Yes.
are.
But
But if you're
that's
not,
not
you don't.
The Marlins were playing their fucking
that's
song.
true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Like notoriety wise,
They were in
like,
basketball.
They had their own
Yeah,
basketball.
yeah.
Yeah, they got
Forgot
popular
about
pretty
that.
quick.
They were in basketball.
Yeah.
I'm sure that.
I mean, that's how ska was.
yeah.
It was cool for like 5 seconds, and then
You know what? Let's grow pork chops and
Yeah.
start wearing white.
There you
I want to
go.
go deeper into that, but I'm sure. It'll
yeah,
get me
Scar
in
used to have
trouble.
pork chops, and he is a total dick. So you're probably right. Yeah.
What about any other bands? Boston's? Are they cool?
Anybody's dickheads? Yeah.
Yeah, give us all the dickheads.
I'm trying to think of the difference.
See, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. There's not many, man.
There's
We-
not.
We get
Ben
along with
Carr
everybody
from the
pretty well.
Boston's, right? All he's doing is dancing. He's
We get along with everybody pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite band? Though?
Who's my favorite? man?
Wow, that's a hard question, right?
That's a tough
Fishbone.
one. I would
Real
have-
Big Fish?
Like, who's my favorite
Real
band,
Big
or who's
Fishbone.
my favorite band to tour with, or my favorite
Favorite band.
Oh, my favorite band. That's
Weezer.
a tough one, man. I would probably say Weezer. Yeah.
Wow.
Or,
Good choice.
Yeah, the Weezer's,
All their records?
Yeah, man.
Even the new ones?
I don't even care about it.
You like
dude.
the new ones now?
Dude, every record doesn't have to be 100% awesome all the way through. You got to remember that the guy's just writing music for us.
Yeah, yeah. So
No,
you're
he's
a Rivers
not.
fan.
He's
You
just
like that guy.
covering Toto.
Okay.
Who
Who covers Africa?
I'm just saying,
We're
you
gonna
can't
start a fight
expect.
here.
I liked
Bring something to the table that's you.
The last one, all my my favorite songs are. I didn't realize that there's like no guitars in the whole thing. It's all
yeah, it's all-
different instruments.
yeah,
I think that's radical, dude.
He did like an orchestral
Yeah,
arrangement.
It's so
I guess.
epic.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
pretty
I
neat.
mean, the Blue album though, I would pay whatever to go watch the Blue album again and watch Pinkerton again. Oh man, I saw Pinkerton Hard
That's
Rock.
my favorite one. Pinkerton's that is an underappreciated, really good
and
album.
Pinkerton's
that
great.
from beginning to end
Yeah.
is
That's a great
very very good.
That's a wonder, man. That's a great. That Pinkerton is a really unappreciated
Let's go,
record.
Joe. Yeah, man.
That's a great record.
Great. Dude.
Man, I'd have to say mine. My favorite outside of Fishbone is
Okay.
Frank Zappa.
Wow. So you like weird? You like a little weird?
I like. Yeah, come on.
Well, I mean, but sometimes Zappa though gets a little weird. Like I'm weird, but sometimes I'll listen and I'll be like, I have no idea what's going on right now.
It's just such an it's organized insanity,
Yes.
and I love that as a music writer because that makes me like, man, I just love Frank Zappa.
He didn't put any limitations on anything that he did. You know, he's
Absolutely
just like,
not.
I'll just do whatever I want.
He's got a vibraphone player. He's got 100.
See, this is where he gets
African
it from. This is where he gets all this nonsense, this craziness.
Because Frank wasn't afraid to sit there and go, I'm going to do that. He's
Yeah,
not
he
sitting there
did.
going intro, verse, chorus, bridge, out.
Are there okay? So in the comedy world, there's a bunch of social media comics that are selling out like improvs and stuff.
Sell out.
Just because
I know that band.
Yeah. I think it's real big.
Well, because
Real big. Real big.
They got notoriety through social media, and they're able to sell tickets through social media, but they didn't go through the traditional route of touring and blah blah blah. Are there any bands that do that through social media currently that you've seen?
That one band, that Magic band, they did that for a little while. They just went on and did that real quick. They didn't ever tour. They were just
what
producers
Magic
band? That band Magic, where the singer was just like a producer.
I did Club Scart for a little while during pandemic, and that turned out pretty good for like 2 weeks.
Well, I'm curious. Like, is there any punk band, like young punk bands or reggae bands that are like doing
Studio
it,
musicians only?
or just like have
I-
become famous through social media and have barely toured or whatever? Like,
There's a duo that's called Mickey Darling out of Texas. I believe.
There is definitely bands like that.
and
Absolutely.
they put out a shit ton of music, but it's only 2 guys.
You can
They
never
don't
see them
tour.
too. Right?
But but then there's like Origami Angel, who's only 2 guys, and
Yeah.
they'll have backing tracks too, but it's just a drummer and a guitarist that sings.
I think that's cheesy.
I'm curious to see if like
Backing tracks are
I
if
can
there's
do that
anything
with my
trend.
loop pedal.
Yeah, the backing track thing is so cheesy. I can't man,
What, when-
pay a guy to play the fucking shit.
There's a lot of bands that we tour with. They got like everything in their ears.
Yeah,
It's like
like-
backup. It's like you're not even a fucking band.
Yeah.
It's
You're
a
just
little
up there
cheesy.
fucking playing 1, 2, 3.
It's a
cheesy
lot of
to me.
clicks, a lot of triggers.
It's too much for me. I just go up there and fucking play, man.
I agree.
They
Give
get
me
mad
some
at us, but
raw.
we're like, get your shit off the stage. Like, I'm on my computer.
You know
give me
what
some
my
raw
rule-
feeling. Give me some raw like energy. Don't give me some like tracked like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played drums when I was finishing basically going more radio and less drumming. I only played a few shows with like triggers, and it was only to
Never heard of them.
It was only to fire the like sounds. It was not for backing tracks or music. That was kind of like my thing. It's like I don't want to hit it and then be playing to a click or something. Plus, it's hard. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's so robotic and there's no. It's not like jazz. Like I always liked music because there's some give take. You might rush a little bit and that might make it more fun. Hey, let's speed this shit up.
Gives it a little energy when it goes
Yeah,
faster.
it's better that way. I hated click tracks,
There's
but
absolutely no way you could meter what we do on
That
stage
too.
because it's so
It would be difficult.
spontaneous.
Yeah, because there's a lot of this tempo, then this tempo, then this tempo, then this tempo.
we could play a song really slow,
It'd be
or
very difficult.
if the crowd's into it, we're going to fly through it.
Sure.
And then
we
I'll
would
hear-
have to write we would have to literally record a metronome for our tunes.
for slamming different tempos.
Because we change so much. It
Right,
just,
right.
And you can't do that. You just got to throw everything to the side and just say this is us,
yeah, that's what we do anyway.
and that's how it works.
I guess the
cool.
closest thing that would be what you're asking is like when a celebrity decides they want to start doing music,
There
right?
you
Because they
go.
already got a audience, basically.
Yeah. I just
like Jared Leto.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
30
he
Seconds
just
to
has a
Mars.
cult, right?
He had the 20
Now he
Seconds
does,
to Mars,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about that band.
Yeah,
Yep.
I got a
still
funny
around.
Jared Leto story.
Oh
Oh,
really?
tell me.
Oh my God, is he a dick? Does
When
he
we,
have
were,
pork
when,
chops?
when we were kids, before we had like Booking Agent, there was a guy downtown, and he wanted us to open up for Rocket to Mars or
30 seconds.
30 seconds to
Tickets
Mars.
to Mars.
Close
But this
enough.
is- but
Rockets
this is-
to Mars.
Yeah, but this is like down on like Old Church Street, and the guy's like, yeah, he's like, I'll give you guys like, $500 to open up for Jared Leto. I didn't even know who Jared Leto was. And so anyway, I was like, no, that's not enough. And he called back, and it was back when we had landlines, and I was at Mom's house. So he calls back, my mom answers the phone. He goes, oh, who are you? Are you his mother? Oh, it's so great when you got these little rock stars, kids running around thinking that they're gonna push themselves around. And my mom's like, "Who the fuck are you?" Like, yeah. So we didn't play that show.
Yeah.
Tom's like, you didn't tell me what that.
$500.
The guy's name was DP. I'm sure he's not doing anything. I'm the longest club booker down here in the last 30 years. I'm like, DP.
Donkey puncher. All right.
Yeah, total.
So what's the plan now with the new EP and like because the business has changed and the way you market yourself, promote yourself, how many shows you
Tom,
play? Do you? I mean,
The plan really
Tom,
is
how did you? What genre are we?
Do you buy physical
Rock.
CDs? That's my
We're
big
rock.
question.
Yeah.
rock and reggae.
Do you buy them or do you?
Yeah, actually, we did. We did because you can't get records for a year right now. It's like 8 months to a year out. So we got something, and then if you really want to listen to it, you're gonna go online and listen to it anyway. You're not
Correct.
gonna do anything, So for as far as collectible items, that's what we call those records these days. Collectible items.
Collectible items.
We'll have those
Yo.
eventually. But I mean, right now with the backup, I'm not even gonna start. I'm not even gonna try to do it. You
Yo,
guys want to do a pre-sale and get something in 9 months?
Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know I had a CD player in my car. So I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, that's a CD player.
I got one.
Yeah. So I got our CD, and man, we've been listening, and we're trained to listen to digital music so much.
Sure.
That like once you listen to like the CD quality of it, man, the CD, it pounds in my truck. I'm like, wow, it's like listening
some thump?
Yeah, it's like going back and like, wow, vinyl sounds really good.
Is it? There really is a difference?
It's, dude, totally different, because I've been listening through Dropbox, and I've listened to our record, 3,000 times because we produce it ourselves.
Sure.
So like when I finally hear the mastered version on CD, oh my God, it sounds so good.
No shit. I did not know you.
I
could tell.
still
the
I
difference.
told my mom, I gave my mom the first copy, and she's like, I don't have a CD player.
I don't.
I don't
Yeah.
have one either.
Like, I gotta call DP back.
I was just. Gonna,
Maybe he's got one.
My son made a CD, you motherfucker. Eat my shit. He hangs up.
And Jared Leto got his ass kicked in
Fuck
Fight
you,
Club.
Leto.
And he was a horrible fucking stupid Joker.
So again, Dom, where can people find it? Give all the
So
information.
it'll be
out.
everywhere, man. It'll be all over. You can get it on Spotify, the iTunes, everywhere you get your music, you'll find it. Because every store has been blanketed. So, like I said, we have a video out today. Tonight, our single comes out, Daisy.
On all
Let me
the
pull out
medias.
my little book. Here,
Yes, look,
Bo.
he's got his Franklin Planner out.
It's like a Bible.
I like that.
Tom's like a Jehovah's Witness.
Saturday, you guys are playing Iron Oak Post in Melbourne.
That's correct.
The
And
Iron
then-
Oak Post,
Iron
that
Oak
biker
Post
bar?
in Melbourne. No,
IOP,
it's
no.
not. It's right downtown. It's nice.
It's actually
sounds
a
great.
very nice
Very nice. It's a
I've been there,
very
yeah.
cool place. It's all wood, Jerry,
Yep.
wood.
I like that.
And then Friday,
iron and oak.
Friday, November 26th, they're playing
Post
Janice
that.
Live in St. Pete.
That's right. And then the Drones releases that same day, and then December 10th. We will be at Ace Cafe with our homies
right.
Dow Drive, and we're looking for another band to open the show. So you know what? You want to hit us up? Let me know.
Yeah,
My
and,
husband's so cool, he passed on it.
What about your
apparently.
band?
See, I tried. I tried to
Tom
get him
was
a
in
lot
a
of
ska band.
Yeah.
Tom's in a ska band.
He was.
No,
played
no.
trumpet in
I
a ska
wasn't
band.
that-
Well, you guys were the two-tone nut huggers. Is that what you guys were?
No, they were the heterosexual lesbians.
14 years old.
I think that's cute.
I like that. I like
I
that.
had a gang called
You
the
were in
Burning
a ska
Switchblades.
band for real?
Yeah.
Nah,
Get
you
outta
called it. You were in a
here.
band. It was,
Hey,
I
He'd
played
always
trumpet.
Hey, yo, that would make you our competitor.
Yeah. Either that or you could just join the band. Hop in, bud.
Why don't you join today?
Yeah.
Why don't we do an official signing?
The
You
pay is
join
awesome. The pay is great.
as a temporary you're part of the horn section now.
Can you hang with us?
Tommy Trumpet, he dusts off those lips, baby.
How long have you been playing trumpet?
We already have a Tommy.
His whole entire life.
I know.
And you know what? Nothing is going to be more confusing
You know what he
than
calls
Tom
us?
and
No.
Dom than
No, no.
Tom, Dom,
No.
and Tom.
You know what they call this, right? When you're blowing on the trumpet, it's called your embouchure, right?
Right.
Tombouchure.
All right, here's Mad Caddy's.
Tom
Here's
Fisher.
Mad Caddy's trumpet parts. Nail these, and you're in the band.
You think it like will come back to you like riding a bike, and I tried playing a trumpet.
Yeah.
Like I
I've
think
never heard that
sat on it.
expression.
He put
Playing trumpets like riding a bike, you know?
and
You never know what you're going to get. That's the end of it.
Could not do it. It was like, oh, you need to practice instruments.
Yeah,
to be
it's
good.
hard.
Wake up with a stinky finger.
It's very, very hard. Well, guys, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thanks
thank you guys
the
for having us.
stories.
I had a blast today,
Thanks
man.
for trashing Real Big Fish.
Yeah.
Scart,
We'll be
Scart,
Yeah,
Scart.
Scart.
Yeah.
Thank you for trashing them.
Come find me, dude.
Hey, the guy who makes all the decisions in the band doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, something tells me the members of Real Big Fish aren't as tough as Scart.
Oh my God. No, that's not true.
If you
Scart will
put
kill them.
if you put Scart out in
Scart
the woods,
basically runs a farm.
yeah,
on
no,
his
yeah.
off time.
Yeah.
Put Real Big Fish out in the woods and Scart on the woods, like Squid Games,
yeah.
and see who lasts
It would
longer.
be like First Blood, dude.
Yeah. Like a fight to the death.
I didn't start this war.
I watched that on the internet, by the way.
Yeah.
What
You watch Scart track and kill each member of Real Big Fish.
Yeah.
Like
With
that
a combo.
I totally got him with the trombone, too.
Surviving the game.
Yeah, that's
Right?
what-
Something-
that's
I don't
good-
know. I'm
something
out
like
of puns today. I'm
That's
tired.
good stuff. Yeah.
All right, guys. BDMs, thanks for listening. We'll see you
We're
next
just
week.
kidding, Real Big Fish.